You know, in September we start a new season.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What is it, like season 5?
I think so. And I really want it to be Pokemon Go, the season of everything Steven wants. I want Vulpix back in spawns. Will-O-Wisp move introduced. I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything else, and that sounds it, actually. 3-month period of that. Nothing but Vulpix spawns. That sounds amazing.
Sounds hella boring.
Rude. Also, do I need to censor that?
No.
Give me crap for needing to censor twice. Oh.
The season of much disdain.
The season of Steven loves it, but no one else does. Nope. Gosh darn it.
You broke it.
And the intro's still going. Welcome to a new episode of the Battle Science Podcast, a Pokemon Go PvP podcast where we talk about Pokemon Go PvP. I am one of your hosts, Steven, a.k.a. Boy in the Woods, joined, as always, by Jesse, a.k.a. Rocket Evan J.
Hi.
He's mid-yawn. And I'm mid-throat lozenge. That might tell you a little bit of what happened this weekend. It is the week of Friday, July 29th.
Friday?
2022. I mean, if this goes up. Dates and time are irrelevant. They're a human construct and they don't mean anything. I'm not late for work. You're late for work. I wasn't actually late for work today. Just in time. Slid right into the stand-up meeting. Right in time. Oh. Well, this last weekend was Go Fest. Neither Jesse nor I are dead, nor have we ascended to godhood. So maybe pour one out.
I'll have to work on that.
Pour one out for the possibilities that didn't happen. I do also wish it was Friday bowling. I really wish it were Friday. But hey, people listening to this on podcast services might be listening to this on Friday, in which case, congratulations and happy Friday. Those people that might be listening to this podcast before Friday include our wonderful Patreon backers over at patreon.com/battlescience. You can back us at the $1 tier or more to get access to the podcast early, as well as the Patreon exclusive podcast, the Battle Science After Dark podcast, where we talk about anything that strikes our fancy. You can also back us at $5 or more and become a triple P cubed Patreon podcast producer.
I feel like that's going to go on a shirt or some kind of merchandise.
P cubed? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Do 4-letter P's and all connecting.
P, the P of the circle of P's.
P cubed.
P cubed. Oh yeah. Oh, I should. Oh.
Gears are turning.
The like N64 logo, but it's PPP. Yeah. I love it.
Write it down. Great. You'll forget it.
You're right. I don't have my notebook. Parker, go. Get. Oh, thank you. I just need to be able to rotate my chair there, bud. I need a.
Just save a random N64 logo on your desktop, and you'll remember. But please tell me more about these awesome people that support us every month.
Yeah, the Patreon podcast producers, including but not limited to next month, Dolphin93, James, a.k.a. Jimmy Bo, a.k.a. Jim is him, Evo Stevo, Winston the Champ, Jamar, and Dan P, a.k.a. Sorov. You can become like our triple Ps by going over to patreon.com/battlescience. That's BATTLESCIENCE. And backing us at the $5 tier or more. Or you could be listening to us regularly on either YouTube or podcast services around the globe when this podcast launches on Fridays at 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern. No, 3 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time, 6 o'clock in the morning East Coast of the U.S. Yep, that one. We're going to screenshot. Thank you. And we're going to go back here. Ooh. 62 CP. Meditate. Nice. Let me unplug my wireless charger so it doesn't just continuously heat my phone up to oblivion. I spent a lot of money on this phone. I'd rather not it become a pile of dust. You dig? Alrighty. We have a handful of things as far as the news roundup is concerned. Not an absolute metric ton to talk about. I don't know if we'll do a specifically meta-analysis focused segment, but we'll definitely have some PvP move Pokemon stuff to talk about here. Bicord?
In today's episode.
Yes. All right, let's get into some stuff.
Giddy up now. This is the news roundup.
All right. Earlier today, thank you for tuning in, Bowling Bacon.
Have fun.
All right. On the docket, as far as released today, August content update, Pokemon Go Fest Sapporo, and Pokemon Go Fest 2022 finale. Zacian and Zamazenta return to raids, the Bug Out event, and more. So Pokemon Go Fest 2022 continues with Pokemon Go Fest Sapporo. It is Sapporo, Japan. Give me 1 second. It is... where is... I need to know. Sapporo, Japan, what prefecture? Or is Sapporo... let us see.
What do you mean by prefecture?
It's like state,
Okay.
but less like governmentally organized and separate than United States. The states are very separate in the U.S. I guess it's more akin to counties.
I was going to say, I think that sounds like a county.
Yeah, it's more county than it is its own state. Let's see. It is on... so Sapporo is the capital city of the Hokkaido prefecture in the Ishikari sub-prefecture. It is on the Hokkaido, which is the northernmost largest city north of Tokyo and the largest city on Hokkaido, the northernmost main island of the country. I see. Fascinating. A little bit of a geographic lesson there. Let's see here. So that is happening Friday, August 5th through Sunday, August 7th. So if you were not able to make it to the Seattle Go Fest, I imagine your benefits outside of the Sapporo Go Fest are going to be similar. You'll have specific raids that will be popping, an Ultra Unlock challenge, and maybe a couple of specific Pokemon spawning to showcase the Go Fest experience. And then on August 27th, which is, let me see, it might be Saturday? Saturday, August 27th, the Pokemon Go Fest 2022 finale. Stay tuned for more details on the global finale event taking place on August 27th. It is a single-day event not a 2-day event. So mark your calendars. Make sure you have that day off. If you bought either a local community day or local GoFest pass or the global GoFest pass, you will have access to the GoFest finale event.
With details yet to be released on that.
Yep. So we'll see what kind of spawns we get, what kind of raids we get, what kind of bonuses, interesting narrative plotline things. We'll have to wait and see what's going on there.
Speculative that the 3 featured GoFest Ultra Beasts will be in raids.
Supposedly. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Also, Shaman. We might see Shaman Skyform.
We already got that.
We got that as part of GoFest.
Right.
But people that did the global
Correct.
got land form or regular form Shaman. They might have access. I would. It's speculation.
Tinfoil hats at the ready.
Yep. Alrighty. August Community Day was also announced in between the last episode and this episode. Saturday, August 13th, 2022, Galarian Zigzagoon, the tiny raccoon Pokemon, will be appearing in the wild. This will be one of the first times Galarian Zigzagoon will be spawning in the wild.
That sounds right.
It might have spawned like once more or once before in the
if
wild.
If it did, it was for a very small event.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a 3-ish hour window. It was not a full day for sure. That's going to be pretty cool. We'll talk a little bit more about that a little later on in the show. Sorry, as I shift the throat lozenge around my mouth. To my knowledge, both neither Jesse or I caught COVID during GoFest, by the way. I have a weird throat bug. Not bug, but like throat mucus thing. I imagine is my body basically saying, yo, you haven't slept well in like 3 weeks. What are you doing? Stop it. Get some help. So
stop it.
Yep.
Get some help.
Exactly. So we'll I'll just have to wait and see how I'm feeling in the next couple days. Right. Upcoming Wednesday, August 10th to Tuesday, August 16th. So this is the event after Sapporo Go Fest. What's the next event again? Oh no, we'll talk about it. That's right. We'll talk about the next event very shortly. That is in July. Bug Out. So this is the third time we've had a Bug Out event.
That sounds right.
The third rotation. Bug Out, Creepy and Crawly, or Cute and Cuddly. Decide for yourself when this event featuring Bug-type Pokemon returns from Wednesday, August 10th to Tuesday, August 16th. So let's see. 1 day less than a week, so 6 days rather than 7. Again, fascinating. I think we'll see Charjabug here. Vikavolt.
Grubbin,
Charjabug, and Vikavolt. Because those have been showcased somewhere. Data mined and in the 6th anniversary image.
Yep.
It is also another Alolan Pokemon, and they seem to be pretty keen on giving us Alolan Pokemon within the last couple of events. So
another one that was shown was Pavilion.
Right.
Which is a bug evolution. It's that gen's Butterfree, more or less.
Yep.
The one asterisk in that evolution line, though, is Pavilion has 12 plus different color variations.
Yes.
And it could work like Furfrou, where it could be based on where you are and how you catch it is how it appears.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, let me take that back. It could be like Furfrou in the sense that you can change its appearance based on your location, but that doesn't make sense because Furfrou, you in the games, you can change its style based on which city you're in, as far as like its coat. So I think with Pavilion, it's safe to say it'll be something where based on where you evolve it determines which appearance it takes on. Because it starts as a caterpillar. I forget its name. I think it's Scatterbug. It's either Scatterbug or Spupa. I don't remember which one.
Scatterbug is, I believe, the pre-evolution of the UFO Pokemon from Galar.
Let me check.
I believe. If that's what you're looking for.
It evolves from Spupa.
Okay. And that's the butterfly.
Second form. It's the Metapod form.
Okay.
No, it does evolve from Scatterbug.
Okay, so Scatterbug, Spupa, and...
Here's an image if you want to see real quick. That's
Okay.
the Caterpie form.
Okay.
And then Spupa is this thing.
Mm-hmm. Ah, interesting. It's got a beard?
Something like that.
Weird.
But that's one that I think will also be part of the bug out event.
Okay.
Because it was also teased in the anniversary image.
Mm-hmm. There is a small chance that that new NPC that has an outfit that very much resembles a lot of the patterns and stuff from Pavilion shows up, but it'd be pretty quick.
Quick turnaround.
A quick turnaround as far as a new NPC, especially since we've only had Ree for a short while. So I guess. Yes, bug out. Bugs are okay. Genesect will come back with a new drive.
Yep. The last one.
The last one?
Mm-hmm.
We've
Chill
only,
Drive is the last unreleased drive we have.
We've only had like 3.
There's only 5.
Oh. We've had electric. Did we have water?
Yep.
So electric, water, ice, regular, and...
I can tell you 1 second.
Okay. 2022 Pokemon World Championships event. The 2022 Pokemon World Championships will feature Pokemon Go for the very first time, and we're holding an in-game celebration from Thursday, August 18th to Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022.
You ready?
Maybe.
Normal, Shock, Burn, Chill, and Douse.
Okay. Are we getting the last one? Have we had
that's
normal?
the last drive. Chill Drive.
We've gotten normal?
Yeah.
Ew. Okay.
Not shiny.
No. We don't really know what the World Championship event is, but mark your calendars. August 18th to Tuesday, August 23rd.
How nice would it be if they put the top performing Pokemon spawns in PvP?
I mean, they could, but like,
Give
be a lot
us.
of work.
Give us the Stunfisk. Give us the Nidoqueen. Give us the Trev. Give us the Walrein.
That would be a bit excessive.
Give us the Lickitung. More Lickitung.
That would be very excessive. I mean, maybe, but like really excessive. Don't forget, because there are multiple Pokemon Go Fest celebrations happening this year, trainers all over the world will have multiple chances to earn Ultra Unlock bonuses. Learn more here, and it's a hyperlink, and I'm not going to worry about going there. To see what else is happening in August, head over to Season of Go website. There's more stuff than what's there. Have you updated this? No, you haven't. Why are you relinking? Why are you linking
Because
back to a page that doesn't get updated?
Because you clicked on it. It gives them exactly what they want.
What, clicks?
Interactions.
Okay.
Niantic clickbaited Steven.
But
it was
sure.
super effective.
But sure, it's like if you see what else is happening. Oh, wait, nothing else has been updated since...
But this just went out today, so...
No, nothing's been updated since the blog post for the Season of Go was released when the Season of Go was announced.
What do you want me to say? I'm not a developer.
I don't just agree with me that this is ridiculous.
Okay.
New anti-cheat measures. New enforcement of our player guidelines and terms of services coming to all Niantic games, including Pokemon GO. Learn more in this note.
You should click the note and tell me what it does.
It's probably something to the effect of
Takes to a patch notes that were like a month old.
we're banning you more. Yep, June 23rd, 2022. An update on Niantic's gameplay policy enforcement. I was going to say I've been hearing a lot more talks of people getting banned within the last month or so. So, yep, this is just an update saying we're banning people, I think. Don't be stupid. Play the game reasonably. Don't be cheating. Featured Pokemon in raids. Following Pokemon will be appearing in raids throughout August. Palkia from Sunday, July 31st to Wednesday, August 10th. Shiny Palkia. August 10th through August 18th. Genesect with an asterisk and question marks. Asterisk, during this period, Genesect will have a different drive than it's had in the past. Pokemon GO appearances. Stay tuned for more information. Probably going to have the chill drive by process of elimination. And then Thursday, August 18th to Wednesday, August 31st, Zacian and Zamazenta are being put in raids. By the way, that is during the Worlds, and because they're the box legendaries for the most recent VGC competitive game. It makes sense that they're in raids. These are supposedly the base forms, not their armored forms. So yes.
Lesai.
Zacian, Zamazenta, non-shiny, non-armored base forms.
I think it's fairly. I can understand not releasing the shiny yet. The main series game just like literally got them a month ago. Or no, it's been a couple months now.
It's been a couple months. The code that you and I got a while ago, yeah, it's
It
expired.
was like October, I think.
It expired, and I never redeemed it.
Neither did I.
Okay.
But the reason I think behind that also is, for a fact everybody would immediately transfer these over to the mini games.
Yes, yeah, technically you can. That makes sense. That does make me wonder how long they'll wait to make it a lot more common.
Yeah, so I'm not. I mean, kind of sucks it's not their armored form, but that's definitely going to be a spike in competitive, especially if it's something like, because they still haven't figured out what they're doing for Kyurem, because Kyurem gets 2 different forms.
That's true. Do we? Yeah. Well, there's Kyurem base form, which we have.
Yes. Then there's Kyurem White and Kyurem Black.
Which generation is Kyurem?
Black and White 5.
Gen 5. And we're getting Kanto. Theoretically, we're getting Kanto Tour this next, which is Gen 3. Hoenn Tour, which is Gen 3.
Next February.
Yeah. I mean, they might wait all the way until Go Tour.
Kalos. No, Unova.
Yeah, Go Tour Unova. There's a chance.
Because we also have Zygarde to get to. I don't know, that was Kalos. That's X and Y.
So, Zygarde might be a mythical for next Go Fest. Next year's.
I don't know.
So, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, Zacian, Zamazenta. I imagine we don't get the shinies probably until we get armored forms of both of them and special moves for both of them.
That's the other thing I was going to mention too is what's the chance, what are the odds that they make it mechanically like a Mega Evolution?
What do you mean?
They're our powered up forms.
Interesting.
Because it is a held item in the games, and they don't just transform. They transform when the item in the. It's like Magic the Gathering and setting of terms or turn order. Both the Pokemon come out onto the field. It works like an ability. I don't remember if it goes off before or after abilities, because there's some Pokemon that steal items or do fun item mechanics when they come out onto the field as their ability.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it happens before abilities happen. So in Pokemon Go, I would assume it's something in the terms of like a power-up form.
That would make sense.
Because then that makes the ones that people already have in game worth something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would make sense to have it either be a form change, like Hoopa, or have it be
that's
a
a
Mega.
great example.
Yeah, either one of those mechanics. I'm not against at all.
Which would also be really nice if they revert for the genies into some kind of mechanic at some point.
Maybe.
But if they've done it with Deoxys and they've done it with genies, I fear at this point it's just going to be unaltered form. Zacian and Zamazenta. Here's the armored form.
Yeah, they might be two separate.
It seems to be the easy way.
Yeah, it does. Alrighty.
Joe Merrick, this is good as I only transferred my only Zacian and Zamazenta into Go home. From Go to home to complete my Go home decks
Where is he posting that?
on Twitter
Oh, okay.
as far as this announcement.
Yeah. Mega Raids, July 31st to August 10th, Mega Abomasnow. August 10th to August 18th, question marks. That's the Bug Out event.
Mm-hmm. Good chance it's Mega Sizor.
Yep. August 18th to August 25th, Mega Slowbro with the chance to be shiny. Oh, by the way, shiny Abomasnow, shiny
I
Slowbro.
almost want to issue a challenge and see if anyone can solo Mega Sizor.
I imagine it's doable. Not duoable, but
Doable.
doable. Yeah. I mean, I would say go for it. Give it a shot. You said Heatran?
I think Heatran, based on its movesets, either that or
Reshiram?
I'm trying to think.
Firefang into...
It's going to be moveset dependent for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because nothing likes Night Slash. Because there's not a Fairy Fire.
Right. Not yet there isn't. Someday. Yeah. There isn't a fighting fairy as well. Or a fighting fire. Why isn't there a firefighter?
There's firefighting. What are you talking about?
Blaziken? Wouldn't that resist
Sizor?
Night Slash?
Fighting doesn't resist dark.
Well, it's too bad we don't have Mega Blaziken, because that might be the option to solo.
Yeah. I mean, Charizard gets pretty close, but that's with resistance to the bug moves.
That's true. It could running what? Fire Spin.
Charizard Y. Fire Spin, Fire Blast, or Blast Burn.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Probably.
With the sunny weather we're having.
Yeah, you get the boosted.
But yeah, if you can solo it, make a speed clip of you soloing it.
And then share it.
Yeah, be
Yup.
fun to see.
Let's see here. And one of my favorites, Mega Amphros. From August 25th to August 31st. No one will help me do them, and so I will not get any of them done. Bummer. Raid hours. Wednesday, August 3rd, Palkia. Wednesday, August 10th, and Wednesday, August 17th, the Genesect raid hours. August 24th, Zacian, and August 31st, Zamazenta. Excuse me. Goodness. Research breakthrough encounters for the month of August are Galarian Stunfisk with a chance to be shiny. Not dying yet. August 2nd for Spotlight Hours, so Tuesday, August 2nd, Hisuian Voltorb, 2x Stardust for catching Pokemon. August 9th, Nidoran, 2x XP for catching Pokemon. Joltik, 2x Candy for catching Pokemon. That sounds like a Meltan box to me. Unless Galvantula is usable in Ultra League.
It is.
Okay. In which case you'll need all the candy you can get. So, I don't know. Maybe that's the spot. August 23rd, Nidoran male. So, Nidoran female, August 9th. Nidoran male, August 23rd. 2x candy for transferring Pokemon. August 30th, P-Dove, and 2x XP for evolving Pokemon. Guess which day I'm evolving Pokemon. Although I could use P-Dove candy for my Nundo. My Schnundo. Shiny Nundo. It will get maxed at some point. Quality of life feature incoming. Language selection will be rolling out this month. Soon, trainers will be able to change their language settings in Pokemon Go. Trainers will be able to play Pokemon Go in their language of choice, regardless of the language used on their device. The following languages will be available when this setting launches: English, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Brazilian Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Thai, Turkish, and traditional Chinese. Trainers will need to close and reopen Pokemon Go for any language changes to take effect. That's pretty darn cool, especially if you're learning a language, to help sort of reinforce that the new bits of vocabulary. So, cool little quality of life thing that's taken a long time to come, but it's gonna be here. So that's it for August. We'll have more details as events come, particularly like very, very soon into each event. They are sealed tight as far as what's going on in each event up until like maybe 3 days before each event. So we'll have to wait and see the details there. Yesterday, we had a new feature roll out. Daily Adventure Incense is coming to Pokemon Go, aka it's already here. For most players, I don't know if there's still some players that don't have the daily incense yet.
It's been really weird, but I think it has to do with Adventure Sync.
Okay. Trainers, we're excited to announce a new incense is coming to Pokemon Go. Daily Adventure Incense. Activate Daily Adventure Incense to begin to explore, and you may encounter Pokemon not frequently seen in the wild. Asterisk there. It's not in the article, but I'm putting an asterisk there. Also, trainers around the world will be able to enjoy Daily Adventure Incense even if they live in rural areas. Daily Adventure Incense will continue rolling out to players over the next week. We can't wait to see what trainers all around the world will discover during their Daily Adventure Incense expeditions. What is Daily Adventure Incense? You will only receive one Daily Adventure Incense per day and can only hold one at a time. Daily Adventure Incense lasts for 15 minutes once activated. While exploring during this time, you may encounter Pokemon not frequently seen in the wild. So, the one thing to note here, you have to be walking. Well, you have to be moving for the Daily Adventure Incense to be spawning Pokemon. Also, the asterisk of you may encounter Pokemon not frequently seen in the wild. You may see Pokemon not frequently seen in the wild during this season, but that doesn't mean that the Pokemon that are spawning are not common.
Right.
So, additional details. You will not be able to use another incense while Daily Adventure Incense is active. The reverse is also true. If you activate another incense, you will not be able to activate Daily Adventure Incense at the same time. In order to begin using Daily Adventure Incense, you will first need to complete the associated special research, which is basically just claiming the item. This special research will teach you how to use Daily Adventure Incense and will also reward XP. Give me 1 second. I'm going to sneeze here. Maybe. There it is. Clear out the nostrils. Give me a moment. Much better. Right. How to activate Daily Adventure Incense. Activated in the same way you would any other incense. First, locate Daily Adventure Incense in your item bag or tap the icon in the upper right of the in-game map. From there, swipe on Daily Adventure Incense to use it. A blue fog will surround your avatar while Daily Adventure Incense is active. After use, Daily Adventure Incense will be removed from your item bag until the next day. How to catch Pokemon when Daily Adventure Incense is active. Wild Pokemon will be attracted to your location so long as you are moving. So it's 15 minutes. It spawns Pokemon while you are moving. The other thing to note is Bluetooth assisted items or pieces of equipment, aka the Pokeball Plus, the Gotcha, and the Go Plus will not detect these spawns. These spawns are something you must interact with in the game itself. As of right now, I don't know if there's a bug there or if that is on purpose. But just know that you can't activate this.
You can't quick catch, or you can't have a machine catch it.
Yeah, you have to interact with it. You can quick catch them though, if you know the little opening menu.
Yeah.
And leaving the encounter.
One other thing to add that someone had to unfortunately find out is if you do use these during Spotlight Hour, it will spawn the Spotlight Hour Pokemon.
Yes.
So I think the same would apply to any other event where the spawn is changed for a certain thing.
Community days with the
Another
raid
example.
bonus afterwards. I imagine so. So, little what is it called? Adventure Incense icon will appear on the Pokemon as you're catching them. You'll also get a little notification as far as the amount of Pokemon and which Pokemon you caught with the Adventure Incense after the fact. Let's see. I took a picture of what I caught. Let me pull that up here. Screenshots here. I caught 22, 15 minutes. Probably the rarest thing I caught here was a seal. Probably. The rest of this is all stuff that I've seen in the wild recently. There were 2 Galarian Stunfisk, though, which aren't super common as far as spawns. I should say Spoink. Spoink is probably the most uncommon thing I've seen. Spoink and Seal on my first Adventure Incense. I'm doing these during dog walks in the evenings, so I've only done one so far. I will keep an eye out as far as what I see for mine. As well as the daily Adventure Incense and daily Pokeballs. If you have fewer than or exactly 30 Pokeballs, Great Balls, and Ultra Balls, you will receive 30 Pokeballs when you activate daily Adventure Incense. If you have more, you will not receive any additional Pokeballs. This is actually, like, day one, a pretty good quality of life experience for people that don't have stops and such around them. It will reward items immediately. So, there are reports and confirmation that the Galarian forms of the legendary birds, so Galarian Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, are spawning off of this Adventure Incense. Their spawn rate is, what were you saying, 0.3?
So their spawn rate is, I don't know if they've cracked on the spawn rate, but the flea rate is 90%.
Okay, so they are
akin to what it was with the Johto Tour and the legendary beasts.
They are very much likely to flee. Their CP and level seems to vary pretty drastically. So there is a chance you can see a sub Great League, sub 1500 CP of the birds, as well as over 20 2,000. I
A
don't
little
remember.
under Ultra League.
Yeah, a little under Ultra League for the Galarian birds.
One thing to take note here is that the all lose their elemental typing
Mm-hmm.
and pick up. Articuno gets Psychic,
Mm-hmm.
Zapdos gets Fighting,
Mm-hmm.
Moltres gets Dark.
So they still get they get a rock, paper, scissors on top of the
Correct.
flying type, which the Cantonian birds did not have a rock, paper, scissors,
Correct.
except for Moltres against Articuno.
Yeah.
Though technically Zapdos is super effective against both of them because the electric versus flying.
And now it's reversed. Both of them are good against Zapdos because it's
That's
fighting.
true because it's fighting. It's neutral. Is it not? Or no, because flying might not resist fire.
Wow.
What's up?
As we're recording, Spollock found it.
Did he catch it?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Easy. It's posting on the Discord.
No, he just DM'd me.
Oh, Spollock right here. A friend had one. He didn't catch it, but he screenshot it. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So he sent a copy of the picture. Okay. So Spollock saw it, didn't catch it. Or
That's
Spollock's friend saw it, didn't
non-weather
catch it.
boosted 2385.
Holy. That's insane. It's huge.
What's more insane is that Pokeball count. 1,000 Pokeballs.
Whoo! Jealous. We should mention that the Galarian legendary birds are pretty lackluster when it comes to moveset.
Yeah.
Also, they're legendaries, so their stats are jacked up, which makes them suboptimal for Great League and okay for Ultra and Master.
The one takeaway is they all have different fast moves, but 2 of the 3 of their charge moves are the same across the board in Ancient Power or Brave Bird. Zapdos seems to be the optimal one out of the 3 with counter.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
If Moltres got Snarl, which I don't know if it has in the main games.
I'm not sure.
Let me pull it up. Tesserabi, like I very much like to do. Moltres. Excuse me, goodness gracious. Moltres. Let's go to Moltres. Can we get a Galarian form of Moltres, please? Gen huge. That shiny is sick.
Yeah, they're just their Cantonian variations.
That is awesome. Moves. Oh, it can learn Gust. It can learn Gust.
That's gross.
Wing attack, ancient power, sucker punch. After you, fiery wrath, which is a dark type move. Sky attack. It can learn via standard level up Ember. It can learn Incinerate.
Oh boy.
It does not. It does not look like it can learn Snarl, though it does learn Payback via TM. Nope, via TM it can learn Snarl. And it has Payback as default. And Payback it learns via TM in the main series games. So
there's a chance.
there is a chance. Oh, oops. Let me correct myself because there's actually Ida or it's showing
Both forms.
both forms. Or it's showing specifically what moves. Standard level up. Galarian form level up. Oh, okay. So it can't learn Incinerate. That is for the Cantonian form within Gen 8. But it does learn Snarl via TM, which is awesome. It also learns Payback. It doesn't learn Weather Ball. Steel Wing. And Fly, Hyper Beam, Giga Impact. That seems to be the bigger. It can learn Shadow Ball via TR, which is technical record. I doubt we see it get it, but maybe. It can also learn Dark Pulse. It learns Brave Bird via technical record, which is another one of its moves currently. Or is it Sky Attack?
It's Brave Bird.
Brave Bird. So there is a small chance that it can learn Dark Pulse in the future. So yeah, there's some really interesting stuff here as far as Galarian Moltres. Let's go to. Can I go to its the previous Galar Pokedex? I don't see. I want to see specifically. I want to see Zapdos. Because I want to see what else as far as fighting type moves it gets. So Rock Smash, Brick Break, Quick Guard, Thunderous Kick, interesting. Counter, Close Combat, which it learns here. Let's see. Ancient Power via Standard Level Up. Nope, that's Standard Level Up for the Kanto form. Can learn Steel Wing. That's kind of boring. Revenge, Brick Break via TM. Bounce. That's fantastic. It can learn Payback via TM. That would help it beat Articuno. Stomping Tantrum. Not helpful. And then it knows Superpower. Is that correct? Or is it Close Combat?
Superpower.
Okay, so Superpower via technical record. It can also learn Blaze Kick via technical record, which would be interesting. Close Combat. Does it already know Brave Bird?
Yes.
Okay. And it already knows Brave Bird.
All three of them have
And
Brave
then a dark type move named Throat Chop. You can learn that via technical record as well. So some interesting moves on the part of Zapdos as well. What's the better of the... So Drill Peck via level up, which would make it absolutely bonkers.
Counter and Drill Peck? That'd be gross.
Counter and Drill Peck. And then it was... Superpower's kind of meh. Close Combat's kind of meh. What's the one that Machamp has that's the standard?
Dynamic
Fighting
Punch
type
or
move?
Cross Chop?
Is it Cross Chop, I think?
Oh, it has both.
Okay. Whichever one is more ideal. I don't
Cross
think it
Chop
has.
for PvP.
It doesn't have Cross Chop. That's unfortunate. Ice Brick Break. Which would be interesting. I want to look up Articuno real quick here. As fast as I can. Nope, not the one I wanted to click on. A-R-T?
Articuno.
Articuno. So it already has Confusion and Psycho Cut, which is great.
And then Ancient Power and Brave Bird.
Which is not as great.
And then Future Sight.
Which is also pretty bad. Galarian form level up. Oh, nothing. Here is Freezing Glare, which I imagine is one of its signature moves.
Yep.
Nothing else that really stands out as far as in the game already, so that's a bummer.
Yeah, it's more of a support.
Steel Wing as well. Boo. That's not helpful at all. That's not helpful at all. Yep, there's a couple of its support moves. Air Slash, interesting. It can learn Psychic. be a technical record.
I'd hope so. Psychic type that doesn't learn psychic? What is this?
Yeah. It can also learn Shadow Ball via technical record. That would be interesting. Brave Bird. Yep. Yeah. Shadow Ball would be interesting. I think on 2 of the 3 is what it's available on. So, yeah, it's neat, I guess. My thought as far as this incense is it allows for spawns in very remote areas as long as you are walking. So 15 minutes. What is it? 7.5 minutes one way, 7.5 minutes the other.
Yeah, from what I understand.
Should theoretically give you enough spawns that you can complete whatever your daily research is if you can't access anything else. The only thing is it doesn't give you a stop to spin to allow you to continue that streak.
Correct. And much like any other incense, walking in a straight line or a circle is the best thing you can do, from what I understand. So like you said, 7 minutes one way, 7 minutes back the other. Because you're not... Honestly, this would be something I want to go somewhere where I have, in my personal recollection, no spawns appearing. That way I don't have an influx of things just crowding my screen that I could potentially miss a spawn from the incense off of. So like going somewhere out remotely where I'd obviously want to have cell phone service because you want to be able to see things still.
Yep.
But go somewhere that's less crowded and less, like for us here locally, I wouldn't want to go to downtown North Bend because there's already going to be a surplus of spawns on the main strip. I'd want to head out of town and go somewhere like on the Mount Side Trail where I know there's very rarely any spawns.
I mean, I see some spawns on my dog walk. I see fairly consistent spawns, but they're not always great.
Right, but it's not like walking through downtown.
Right, it's not like walking through downtown Seattle where there's spawns everywhere. So yeah, there's a little less to worry about. I mean, not saying that it's not worth checking anyway.
No, for sure.
Like even if you are in a metropolitan area, because theoretically the spawn pools will change with quote unquote more rare stuff. We'll see, or things not.
Yeah, I like
seen.
how the headers like find stuff that don't normally spawn in the wild, still sees 20 Zigzagoon.
Well, 20 is a bit excessive, but you do see still a handful of Zigzagoon. A couple.
Would you like to know what I found today?
I'm pretty sure you posted it in the chat, and yeah, you're
a little salty about it.
When are you not well seasoned?
All right, so from this list, tell me what the rare spawn is. Rowlet, Mudkip, Natu, Rhyhorn, Swablu, Lotad.
I'm looking at the picture. None of these are rare spawns.
Yeah.
You caught 15 Pokemon, and none of these are rare spawns.
These are all common as hell.
Yeah. That's the second time you've said that.
It's not a swear word.
Don't tempt me with a bad time.
I'm a bit salty.
Again.
Like,
I mean, but you only saw 15, and I'm thinking...
And this is me fully sprinting. Like, I'm not just leisurely walking.
Why are you sprinting?
Because I'm testing to see if speed makes a difference.
Well, you saw less than what I saw just walking the dog.
I know, which makes me upset.
So then maybe you should just walk rather than sprint.
I'm trying different methods. Like
also, knowing you, I don't think you were sprinting.
Fast walking.
That would be rolling for you.
You're going to have to edit my next words.
I love you, Parker.
Pikachu! Whoa, the birds are back.
All right, well, we have spent long enough on this.
I do think it's a good incentive to get people out walking. 15 minutes isn't forever. It's not a half hour. It's not an hour.
Yeah.
It's a quick break at work. It's something you can do to just take a good example to take a break from gaming from GBL. Go out and walk it off. Go walk off a bad set.
Yep. I don't, as a bit of feedback, if Niantic is listening, I don't want to see the 15 minutes change. Even if there's an event and you want to feature it, I don't want to see the 15 minutes change. Keep it 15 minutes because
You
it's
think
crisp.
that's a good time?
Yeah, I mean, change the duration of incense or lures all you want. Keep the duration of this the same. Keep it 15 minutes.
Do you think they should allow people to buy more of them?
No, this is specifically for getting out and walking for 15 minutes. You know, not necessarily getting the heart rate up because walking's not cardio. But this is of the main pillars of going out and exploring.
So what do they do for people in inclement weather? You just don't use it?
There's not a whole lot you can do. The benefit is most places inclement. I mean, not yet, at least with the climate crisis we are rapidly approaching. Most places aren't in 24/7, 365 inclement weather.
How about a proposal? People in the northern hemisphere, for us right now, in summer, get incense. People in the southern hemisphere get a lure.
Not everyone's on stops.
That's true.
That's the problem.
Put a stop on a balloon.
I mean, I like the idea if, say, you can put the stop on your house, or you could place the stop wherever you'd like.
A 15-minute stop.
A 15-minute stop with roughly the same spawn rate. Theoretically, I like that.
Because that stops don't benefit just one player. That's multiple.
No, but in this case, I would
Be
say
tied to account.
it'd be tied to one person.
Okay.
Theoretically speaking, if this were to be a feature, it would be tied to one account.
It'd be cool if they could do like a Dropbox too.
I mean, realistically, you just change the requirement for this incense that says you don't have to be walking. Theoretically. That's all you would have to do.
So just pre-COVID bonus.
Basically.
Or COVID bonus.
Yes, for a 15-minute incense. Yeah, gross. It's probably just a sinus thing, cold. Gross. Yeah,
How's it going, Battle Ram?
it's cool, this feature, but I do see some downsides to it, but it is like if you took what Pokemon has sort of evolved into and the core pillars that Niantic is trying to develop this game to, this is
Happy medium.
this is like if those two things did a fusion dance and formed one person.
I don't know if I'd
feature.
go that far.
I would say this is the exact combination of catching Pokemon and going out and quote unquote exploring. Now, we could go into semantics of like exploring, like you're not necessarily exploring new places. Like I'm gonna do it on my dog walks, which I don't walk any different. I walk the same route, arguably sometimes a smaller route than. Sometimes I do a full dog walk, sometimes I do a partial. So I'm not necessarily exploring. I'm more retreading the same ground. I'm not. The semantics of going out and exploring is like not happening here. Sure, but I would say as far as like getting people moving, getting different spawns per se, we'll have to wait and see how this plays when an event happens. And if you see the rare event spawning during this in more frequency versus general non-event seasonal spawns that are kind of boring.
Yeah.
Except for Galarian Chompy Boy.
It is also nice that they do show if you find a shiny, it shows up on as a shiny.
That's true.
But I don't know. I would consider something like Vulpix a rare spawn with how they've been treating it lately.
I don't think it's in the spawn pool period here. So I think that's why I won't see it here.
Oh, someone from the Issaquah group did post on the let me grab it here. The Sylph Road findings for the spawn pool.
Oh, okay.
of what's coming from these. Are you ready? As far as evolutions,
Mm-hmm.
you have Luxray Gengar, Alakazam Houndoom, Hariyama, Venusaur Flygon, Machamp Ampharos. These are all things people have seen.
Mm-hmm.
Combuskin Charizard, Blastoise Gyarados, Mamoswine, Cascoon Zweilius, Amistar Metagross, Swampert, Primeape Clefable, Talonflame, Abomasnow, Rhyperior, Toxicroak, Silcoon, Gabite, Gardevoir, Shiftry, Beware, Rapidash, Fortress, Aggron, Slacking, Altaria, Wigglytuff, Jumpluff, Lampinant, Dugong, Alolan Sandslash, Dragonite, and Pidgeot. Those are the rare evolution spawns. Miscellaneous rare spawns, Gibble, Esper. So this is the first time Esper spawning in the wild.
Interesting.
Vullaby, first time spawning in the wild, I think. Phantup, Chimecho, Absol,
Wait, Vullaby is spawning in the wild? Oh.
Chimecho, Absol, Archon, Jomangomo,
Okay.
Cryogonal, Rockruff,
Okay.
Spoink, Nosepass, Miltank, Lapras,
Spoink is considered rare? Interesting.
Dedenne, Tyrant, Sewaddle, Audino, Muna, Galarian Slowpoke, Spritzy, Inkay, Aerodactyl, and Tortuga.
Interesting. That's
A big list. Those are the rare spawns.
pretty impressive. Some of those are very impressive and actually going to be, I mean, it's a chance of them spawning and a chance of them being
Good
you know,
IVs.
Yeah. Or at least being at the level you're looking at. That's, I think, the primary thing. Because realistically, some of those, the IVs you catch them at are going to be better than the IVs that you can get them in either eggs or raids. So take what you can get.
But that's just RNG. It's all RNG.
It's kind
There's
of impressive.
no way to like have weather affect those spawns, have where you're at affect those spawns.
Right. But you get 15 minutes of those spawns every day. Every day.
Yeah.
Guaranteed as long as you're able to do it.
Maybe one of those if you're lucky. I didn't get anything from that list today.
Okay. I'll report back. We'll report back probably within 14 days and see. I will try and
I mean, I don't mind keeping a journal of this stuff
keeping the screenshots of it.
because they allow you to.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, share this stuff that you caught.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, buddy. I'm going to share.
Share
it straight to the recycling bin.
Jesus. All right. Step back in time with the Hisuian Discoveries event. They're not spawning in the wild, but they're good. Can be.
Ooh.
Well, they're also not evolving just yet. But what?
Comments from Balaram. Also, don't be riding in the car with the Adventure Incense. Only caught one of 4 Pokemon with Golden Raz and Ultra Ball Great Throws. They had a Venusaur, but it ran.
Yes, if you're driving at highway speeds, things will instantly run because it recognizes the speed in which you're traveling.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate, but I mean that's learning experience.
You're going to want to be, if you're in the car, your car will want to be traveling less than 20 miles an hour.
You as a passenger, wink.
The vehicle will want to be traveling less than 20 miles an hour. Theoretically, you can do this while biking. Don't
hurt yourself.
bike while distracted. It is dangerous. I don't have.
Can you get pulled over for that? Does that count as distracted cycling?
If you're cycling on the sidewalk, no. If you're cycling in the middle of the road and required to obey traffic laws, yes. Yes. Also, wear a helmet. That's the law, but no one follows it, and it's incredibly dangerous. Wear a helmet. Hisuian Discoveries. Jesse called it. I didn't think it would happen this soon, and it's happening. Wednesday, July 27th to Tuesday, August 2nd. Pokemon debuts of Hisuian Growlithe, Hisuian Quillfish, and Hisuian Sneasel. They will make their Pokemon GO debuts. By the way, they won't be able to evolve just yet. I imagine it's going to be a lot like Hisuian Voltorb, or it's going to take maybe a week or two. We'll see. Maybe the instant we have the next season, it might be the season of Hisui or something, and we'll go from there. Ultra Unlock Hisuian Discoveries Raid Day, Sunday, July 31st from 11 to 2 p.m., a.k.a. Community Day hours. Braviary, a psychic flying. It's okay. I'm going to boil it down there for you. Raid Day bonuses, you will increased chance to receive Rare Candy XL from in-person raid battles, 50% more XP for winning raid battles. Receive up to 5 free raid passes from spinning gym photo discs during the event and up to 2 hours afterwards. So this is actually pretty solid if you want to grind some XP for doing raids. Hisuian Braviary makes its Pokemon GO debut in raids. It does have a chance to be shiny, which is neat. Do you want to pull up its moveset?
Sure.
Cool. Thank you. Ultra Unlock Hisuian Discovery as event bonuses. Friendship levels will increase faster than normal through opening gifts, trading Pokemon, or battling together in raids, gyms, or trainer battles. So your friendship with your other trainers will increase faster. Trainers can store up to 30 gifts until the end of the event. During the event, trainers can open up to 45 gifts and send up to 150 gifts each day, aka have fun managing all of that in a timely manner. Ultra Unlock bonus Unknown S appears. It looks like a flight wheel thing. It's kind of bizarre. It has a chance to be shiny. It's appearing in raids. So if you want to do 1 stars and see about a standard 1 in, what's the shiny chance? Like 300 and something?
Sounds right.
It's astronomical.
Are you ready
have
for
fun.
those movesets?
Go for it.
Galarian or Hisuian Braviary
Uh-huh.
has the fast moves Zen Headbutt or Air Slash,
Boo.
Brave Bird, Dazzling Gleam, Ominous Wind, or Psychic.
Kind of whack.
Not good.
Kind of whack. If it got confusion, maybe we'd see some kind of interesting play, but nope.
Oh, Battle Ram had a Galarian Articuno, but it ran.
Woof.
That's rough.
Yeah. It's a very low chance of catch, so like incredibly low chance of catch.
Good to know somebody found an Articuno, though.
Yes. Ultra Unlock bonus, Panpour will appear globally with a chance to be shiny. It's teal. It's kind of cool. But it's also Panpour. So, yeah. Catch a couple. Wild Encounters, Zubat, Ponyta, Onix, Hisuian Voltorb, Tangela, Eevee, Porygon, Apalm, Hisuian Quillfish, Wurmple, Kricketot, Buizel, Drifloon, Bronzor, and Krogunk. If you're lucky, you might encounter Electabuzz, Magmar, Octillery, and Gibble. I feel like we've talked about this on a podcast previously.
We talked about it on the B-side.
Did we talk about it on the B-side? Okay. I'm going to say Zubat, Onix, Hisuian Voltorb, Tangela to a lesser extent, Eevee to a lesser extent since it's been around a whole heckin' darn lot. Drifloon, Bronzor, and Krogunk, all PvP relevant. Catch some. And Gibble. Octillery is incredibly spicy if you feel like it. Electabuzz and Magmar's evolutions are also spicy in Ultra League if you're feeling up for that.
They're also good non-legendary raiders.
Yeah, they're all right.
This is also one of the few options you can find for Hisuian Quillfish.
Yes, it's spawning in the wild. The other 2 are not.
Exclusive to eggs.
Exclusive to eggs. 1-star raids, Sneasel, Roselia, Shinx, and Unknown S. I am unimpressed. 3-star raids, Chansey, Togetic, Kirlia, and Whiscash. I don't need to do the Chansey. 5-star raids, Dialga. Because time. That makes sense, actually. It's pretty impressive.
Well, Dialga being the first one, and then the following being Palkia. I don't want to mention spoilers in the end game.
They are related to the story of Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Think Team Aqua, Team Magma type stuff.
Yep. But it would make sense that Dialga is this portion of it because it's altering time, and the Hisuians are Hisuian forms are old variants of Pokemon from back in the day. So.
Back in my day.
Eggs. Hey, by the way, 7K eggs, there's 4 Pokemon available here. Hisuian Growlithe, Hisuian Voltorb, Hisuian Quillfish, and Hisuian Sneasel.
Only one of the 4 has already existed.
Yes, and one of 2 of the 4 are spawning in the wild. So Hisuian Growlithe and Hisuian Sneasel are making their debuts. They are exclusive to raids. The interesting thing is, as of this article, they are all the same rarity at a 1 egg rarity. So theoretically, you have a 1 in 4 chance of hatching each of these. Again, theoretically, they don't publish the numbers here. They're just saying that they're going to be common. There are no other egg spawns here. So realistically,
If you're going to stock up and clear out your event eggs or 2Ks or whatever have you, this is a good chance to do that. But just remember to not spin stops until you open gifts.
yeah. Also with a bunch of gift bonuses, that's helpful. The other thing to keep in mind is, I believe from previous events, where 7K eggs are as important as they are, they actually reduce the chance of 7K eggs from gifts. So be prepared to open a handful of gifts before getting eggs.
And if you can, try to get ones that are at a distance from you for your locals to trade with.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially get a chance to get lucky.
Field research task encounters. There's a lot of them here. The following Pokemon will be available to encounter when you complete field research tasks. Clefairy, Paris, Psyduck, Magnemite, Cyndaquil, Sneasel, Remoraid, Mantine, Shinx, Plant Cloak Burmy, Sand Cloak Burmy, Trash Cloak Burmy, Oshawott, Petalil, and Rowlet.
How much you want to bet the Burmy research is the same and it's just a chance at one of the 3?
Hatch 7 eggs.
Something silly like that.
Yes, but they all share the same candy, and we still get a guaranteed XL candy for trades.
But that's a what? 1 in 5-ish chance to get the female trash?
Oh, to get female? Sure. But you're still looking for a lower IV, so you need to trade it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm more stressed about, or it's more important to me to be getting the candy first
Correct.
than getting the Pokemon, or getting the right, getting
We're
the
also still
female
part of
with a
the,
better.
guaranteed XL with trade.
Exactly. During the season, now is the time to
Get them and go.
get them and trade. Get all that you need for XL candy and trade them, because the trades guarantee an XL candy for that Pokemon.
Yep.
So, that is going to be my goal here. If I can muster up the energy to go play this event. Collection challenges, event-themed collection challenges are coming soon. Complete them to receive rewards of XP, Stardust, and an incubator. Makes sense. Hisui Cup. Celebrate Hisui by battling in the Go Battle League using Pokemon from the Hisui region. Pokemon must be at or below 1500 CP to enter. Only Pokemon first discovered in the Hisui region or Pokemon with a Pokedex number from 387 to 493 will be allowed. I have not checked PV Poke.
Also known as Hoenn.
Yes.
Or sorry, Sinnoh.
Rankings.
It's Sinnoh Cup
Hisui.
version 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Lucario, Pachirisu, Bastiodon, Sneasler. Even though that's not guaranteed as far as evolution. So Sneasler is ranked 4, though it's not guaranteed to be in the game. Abomasnow, Drapion, Abomasnow Shadow, Cresselia, Electrode, Hisuian, which is in the game. Munchlax, Lickilicky, Luxray Shadow, Gastrodon, Frostlass, Magnezone, Electivire, Wormadam Trash, Toxicroak, Magnezone, Luxray. There's some electric types, there's some fighters, and there's some other interesting stuff. So the Bastiodon Cup it is. I'm interested. I'm down to play a couple sets of this. I aim to play a little bit on Thursday evening and doing a Steven Sports Bot, because there's a whole lot of sports news to talk about that I want to talk about. So, Parker, no, not right now. Lay down for me, bud. Is that all of it? Almost. Hisui Cup. So that's an interesting sort of twist. Again, they haven't announced that the evolutions of Growlithe, Quillfish, and Sneasel are being released. There is a chance, but again, no confirmation. So that will sort of change how the PvP sort of shakes up. So, Galarian Zigzagoon, set your calendars for Saturday, August 13th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. local. Galarian Zigzagoon will be spawning in the wild. Obstagoon will get the move Obstruct. In trainer battles, it is a 15 power and guaranteed to increase the user's defense and lower the opponent's defense. We don't know what the energy requirement is, so we will wait to do a further deep dive on this until we get more information. Should be cool. Yes. Okay. The big bad topic that we are both recovering from at this point.
Pokemon GO Fest Seattle.
If you want to have it be as epic as Jesse said. The article that was posted today, July 26, 2022. Thanks for an awesome Pokemon GO Fest Seattle. Trainers, thank you so much for joining the second in-person Pokemon GO Fest event of the year. This past weekend, tons of trainers gathered to explore Seattle Center and the wider city of Seattle. Here's just a small sample of what they accomplished. Trainers caught over 17 million Pokemon. Trainers collectively explored over 618,000 kilometers. Using Campfire, trainers lit over 57,000 total flares to signal to nearby players where to find some fun. 4 real-world habitats came to life at Seattle Center: Cloud Sanctuary, the Oasis, Dreamy Mindscape, and Electric Garden, each featuring themed Pokemon and a collection challenge. Amidst all this exploring, trainers made new friends, battled, took commemorative photos, participated in giveaways, picked up merch, met notable trainers, and learned about the Pokemon trading card game at the Discovery Lab. Some even got special photos with Pikachu and Eevee. Shadowed by Seattle's iconic Space Needle, trainers joined Ree in investigating the Ultra Wormholes, and the Ultra Beast Buzzswole made its Pokemon Go debut. Yes, this this image in the middle is of famed Seattle Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Safety?
That sounds right.
Was his position, I believe. That or cornerback. At the Battle Arena. All right. At the same time, trainers around the globe worked to complete 20 million raids. Their efforts unlocked some amazing bonuses, including Ultra Unlock Hisuian Discoveries and Ultra Unlock Hisuian Discoveries Raid Day. From the global event back in June to Berlin, and now Seattle, Pokemon Go Fest 2022 has been nothing short of incredible. It wouldn't have been possible without you. Seeing so many enthusiastic trainers across these events remind us how grateful we are to have such an amazing community. This celebration continues with Pokemon Go Fest Sapporo and our worldwide Pokemon Go Fest 2022 finale event on Saturday, August 27th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. local time. I can't mute this immediately, so I might play it in the background. Thoughts on Go Fest? Jesse.
So I think we should start with Friday. Just go day by day.
For
us personally.
We got off work and we packed.
Yep.
And we left.
Yep.
We dropped stuff off at the event or at the PvP venue. So for those of you that listened to the last episode of the Battle Science podcast, we were planning on doing the pub crawl on Saturday. That was until last Friday when Go Stadium announced that there would be a PvP tournament on Saturday night at right about the same time as the pub crawl. We volunteered. I volunteered to help, basically. I said I would be helping. So I packed up all of my gear like I originally thought I would be, but for our event, and then that wasn't going to happen, and so I wasn't going to pack up my gear, and then I packed up my gear. We threw it in the car. We drove down. Dropped it off at the venue.
About 6 p.m.?
Yes. Yeah, because by the time we got to the hotel, GoFest was
done.
The standard hours for GoFest were done.
Yes.
Because there were extended hours because of login issues.
Correct.
Of course. Par for the course, and the course being golf, and the par being 6. Golf joke. 4.
The venue was Tabletop Village.
In Seattle. What I liked to call it to people, the Cheeks End of the International District in Seattle. So like right up against the freeway.
It's right there under the underpass if you think about it.
Basically underneath the underpass on I-5.
Yep.
In the International District, so blocks away from the Awajimaya, walking distance, which was cool. So you and I Saturday went and got some food at the Awajimaya food court.
But on Friday we unpacked everything. Staff there was very helpful in letting us store our stuff there.
Yeah. Yeah, they asked us a lot of questions that we were like, we have to defer to somebody else. We don't have any answers for you. Yeah.
They're like, what is it? What do you do?
Yeah. We stream.
We tap our phones.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is a lot of them actually were playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And I think a handful of the staff there and their kids. Parker, I'm gonna have to ask you to lay down again. Lay down. Lay down. You look so disappointed. I know. Lay down.
Comes over to me.
Yep. Lay down, Parker. Thank you, buddy. I think a handful of the staff had actually played Go Fest earlier that day.
Yeah.
So we dropped our gear off, kind of got a sense of the area. We didn't recognize that we would have the back room available for streaming.
Right. We thought it was the first back room and not like the manager's office back room.
Yes. The back room. Which worked, and it had its pros and its cons. And
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Before we left, we scoped out the venue, found out it's more so a Pokemon card shop.
It is a TCG shop, trading card game shop, that deals primarily in Pokemon Go. The second most popular card game, and you'll get a kick out of this, I don't know if you recognized, was Digimon. There were people playing the Digimon card game there Friday evening and Saturday midday.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Which was pretty cool. I didn't see like any Yu-Gi-Oh. I didn't see any like other
Magic.
I didn't see Magic, and I didn't see any like sports cards or anything.
Yeah.
So this was like primarily a Pokemon TCG venue.
So much that they had a Play Pokemon sponsored stop.
They are one of the venues for the TCG circuit within the greater Seattle area. So you can participate in the Play Pokemon sanctioned TCG tournaments there and earn points towards regionals.
Which is impressive because I don't think we have any of those in Bellevue.
I can't say we do. It would be interesting.
If anything, it would have been Uncle's.
It would have been Uncle's, but I don't think any of the Uncle's games have partnered with Play Pokemon.
No. Somebody correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah, the couple of Uncle's I've been in, all of which I think are closed at this point.
I think the only one that would count would be Redmond.
Which one was in Redmond?
In the mall.
I'll refresh my
memory. Went there for the Kamigawa set.
Oh, yes. I've never seen any Play Pokemon signage or anything there.
No.
So I'm pretty darn sure it's like a requirement for Uncle's Games to be part of the MTG Magic the Gathering like professional circuit, quote unquote professional circuit. So you earn points and have your MTG account or whatever. So your results are on the leaderboard or whatever. But I don't think I've ever seen any of the Uncle's games for Play Pokemon. I'd be curious because they have some of the Pokemon TCG there. That independent shop there in Issaquah.
The Laughing Dragon.
Laughing Dragon. I'd be interested to see what the demand is there. And seeing if we can recruit a couple people of making that a Play Pokemon sanctioned venue, or even a Pokemon Go Play Pokemon sanctioned venue. That would also be cool.
But we met with a couple of the people that work there Friday night, help unload our stuff, and then we did a little shopping You found something really interesting.
I don't have it with me. I found they had it's not graded, so I don't know like how super fancy special it is. It is a full art, full hollow, Japanese print of the Candela trainer card.
It's the rainbow card.
Yes, of the Pokemon GO TCG set. So it's basically the same card art that you get for getting the Team Valor set, but the Team Valor set is a full art hollow and not full art hollow rainbow.
And this was the full art hollow rainbow.
And they only wanted $10 for it, so I immediately pulled out $10. That was something I wanted to see about getting a couple of the Japanese packs of the TCG, the Pokemon GO TCG set. They sold out immediately in a couple of locations that I would normally buy such and import. Speaking of which, I have a massive box I should show you from one of the places I get merch from. It includes a couple of Pokemon stuff that I had gotten for the supposed tournament we were going to do, as well as a big old anime figure that kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. It is a box bigger than I was expecting. I was like, oh, there's a box on my front porch. I walk up to it. Oh, there's a box on my front porch. This guy could fit in it probably.
Really?
Yeah, like him laying down could probably fit in it. Equivalent size to the tote. It's pretty big.
Dang.
Yep. I'll show you after the podcast.
Parker, we may have to ship you out. Get the saddest boy look.
I think it has a Pokemon plush or two in it, so that
Okay.
definitely doesn't help.
Yeah.
But it's also not a small figure.
And then I had to cave in and buy the Snorlax tin that came with 4 booster packs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That video
Pulled some
is
interesting cards there, and we'll have a video that maybe I can cut and clip up and make some highlights out of.
I think it's on our YouTube now, and should be uploaded. See video. It's there, and it's hidden. So I will do a quick description and stuff, and then post it to Discord and all that other stuff.
But that was Friday night that we sat down after. So cut back real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We dropped off our stuff at the venue, went and checked in at the hotel, and then decided after, I would say, 8 p.m.-ish to go walk around the Seattle Center and check out the setup for GoFest. And then after doing a couple loops around Seattle Center, went back to the hotel and did a recording of me opening the packs.
Yep.
So that was our Friday. Didn't really see anybody we knew on Friday.
We weren't really around Friday.
No. But then Saturday morning, I think we got up early-ish, I want to say, because I was going to meet with someone to do a special trade, and we also wanted to try and jump in the line for merch because we had heard merch was a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And truth be told, it was. It was almost 4 city blocks long by the time I had to dip out of the merch line to go do my special trade, which didn't end up working because bugs.
Or potentially by design.
Okay.
Because you didn't have a ticket for Friday.
Saturday.
They had a ticket for Saturday.
And
it was a special trade inside the park limits.
But we also left the park limits.
And it didn't work there either.
Correct.
Okay.
We went 3 blocks out of the geofence.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it still didn't work.
Okay.
We restarted the app outside of the geofence to see if maybe it was because it still considered us in the geofence. Still didn't work. This person later went to the Niantic booth and asked them, and they said it was a bug that they were aware of. Just sorry, hands raised.
Okay.
After that, we walked around the sales center for a little bit. We went down to the battle arena and trading post down in the stadium and Memorial Stadium. I did a couple battles to try and get if you won 3 battles in a row, best one of one, you got an elite fast TM and an elite charge TM as your rewards. My first battle was against Home Slice Henry. That sucked. You didn't say it.
No, because I didn't know what the research was.
Oh.
I think it was 3 great throws in a row. I have a shiny Onyx off research.
All right.
Which could be a hundo, could be a shundo.
Don't get too excited.
It could be. I just caught it off a Pokeball. I
But-
should have pine-abbed it.
So lost horribly to Home Slice Henry.
What's up, Jimmy Sam?
Went back into the arena. Ended up playing against final boss AJ. And we both ran lead Deoxys.
Nah.
My second was here. I actually have the video, so I can quickly verify because I don't want to give the wrong information here.
I want to say people were talking about what the third win would have been on Twitter like Friday mid-afternoon. I mean, the benefit for us is we were there the entire weekend, so like we were there Sunday evening rather than going off and exploring the city. We kind of hung out there around Seattle Center. I
Yeah.
could have played more and tried to win 3 in a row, but I honestly just couldn't care less. I was just dead tired, and I don't enjoy the blind threes, especially blind threes 1 of 1.
Yeah,
Like
because
that's
it's a crapshoot.
yeah, and I don't know. I'm going up against the people that are actively wanting to be there in the battle arena, which means they're PvPers.
Yeah.
So I'm outclassed. all
So
the time.
final boss AJ, our matchup was Deoxys Mirror Lead.
Mhm.
They swap in to try and catch a charge move from my Deoxys on Sableye.
Mhm.
I throw Wigglytuff at them. And then as soon as their Sableye faints, they go into Alolan Ninetales, and their Alolan Ninetales is a Charmer. And I have Walrein in the back.
Mm.
And the conversation after the match went over was to the extent of Charmers suck. I'm sorry. And then the response is no one that uses Charmers is sorry.
Mm.
So after that, there were 2 other opponents that I played against. There were a lot of kids there, so I can't be like just because they're kids they're not good.
Yep.
The second win was a close one. I don't remember what they used, but it was very relevant Pokemon.
Did you play against some of the kids?
Yes.
Interesting. By day 3, they were separating them
Really?
very clearly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Which kind of makes sense, but also kind of doesn't. If play Pokemon
Well, when
kind
I say kids, I mean like teens.
Okay, so you were playing up against teens. They were
Youngins.
yes, they were youngins, and they were playing against each other.
Okay.
Which still is like, I mean, you and I both know that back in the day, Dobie and Kano were phenoms, kid phenoms, like early PvP days, early self days, that like realistically could probably wipe the floor with most other kids their age.
Yeah.
Because most of the other kids their age are probably playing like Call of Duty and other games, and they're playing Pokemon GO PvP at such a high level. So
I can't remember what you did when I was battling. Didn't you go somewhere? Oh, you went to do a raid, I think.
maybe yes, maybe an Axew.
That sounds right. But then after we did the battles, we decided to head out early because we wanted to be at the venue to start setting up for the tournament.
Yes, yeah, we left.
We got there early, and Honda wasn't there yet,
Mhm.
so we went and got food down in Wajimaya.
Yes.
Which awesome store if you're down in the International District in Seattle.
If you haven't been to an Awajimaya before, there's a handful around the greater Seattle area. I think there's probably some along the West Coast as well, further down, but I couldn't tell you for sure.
Awesome store to just check out.
Yeah, so the one in downtown Seattle, in the International District, is basically it's a grocery store with a lot of Japanese products. So one of my favorite things to go down to either the one in Seattle or the one in Bellevue is to go get what are they called? I don't know what they're called. They're like mochi rice ball things. So it's like a mochi paste thing.
Oh, the donuts?
They're kind of like they're not donuts per se. They're soft, stretchy. They're usually served cold, at least the ones that I get. And the ones I get are filled with a red bean paste.
Isn't that just mochi?
I guess so. It's not the green stuff.
Okay.
Which I guess the green stuff, like mochi, is like mochi green tea stuff that you would see at like Starbucks.
Okay.
I get some of those, and then I'll either get a marble soda or I'll get the what's it called? It's like a milk soda, which isn't lightly carbonated. I think it's like condensed milk in it, but it's not something you have to like shake or anything. Why can't I think of what it's called?
Mochi balls with bean paste from Jimishin.
Yeah, that's the not knowing the name myself, I'm gonna go with that. I'm trying to think of what it's called. Not calico, calipco or something. Let me go to the Google. Milk soda. Kelpis. That's not. Oh, Calpico is the American name, I think. Yep. Calpis sounds a little like something else. I like to get the fruit flavor, so either white peach or
I don't know
lychee.
if I can say this word online.
Don't.
Is this what the mochi you're thinking of is called?
Daifuku?
Is that it?
Daifuku mochi? Maybe.
I would have said
Mochi
that
balls.
completely different.
Daifuku? I'm probably still butchering it, but it's probably better.
That's what it looks like. It's mochi with beans in it.
Well, it's not just it's a bean,
Bean paste.
Yeah. That's my go-to usually. Although every once in a while
Or
I'll
is
go and
it
pick up a.
Jian Dui?
I don't think so. I
No, I
mean, that
think
might be
it's
the
the
name of the
dye.
paste. I don't know. The one in Seattle has 2 additional parts of the store itself.
Yeah.
It has the food court in the back, which I didn't know existed until like 2 weeks ago. So that's pretty cool. And then on the other side of the back end, there is a Kinonukiya. I think I'm probably butchering that, but it's a bookstore, Japanese bookstore. All types of I imagine there's a lot of localized, but I imagine there's also a lot of Japanese books in native Japanese. I've picked up a couple of manga and art books and stuff from there before. They also have some like gift stuff, so you can find a little bit of a very small selection of anime figures as well as like plastic models. It's right up my alley, and unfortunately, we didn't have a whole lot of time as far as to go explore and such. So,
But got to the venue around 1. Jer ended up showing up. Found out
he
we
showed
could
up
use
around
the-
2:30. Yeah,
Was it?
found out
Okay.
we could use the back room. Took us a little while to set up and figure out orientation, all that stuff, as far as length of cables and all that fun
cable
stuff.
management was fun. I
It
think
always
we had
is.
readjusted 3 or 4 times.
Always. That's always the case. I think we, like, comparing it to the Portland War of the Roses, like, I think we already knew the venue area ahead of time.
Yeah, because we had worked with Blackshin and
We had, like, photos and stuff. And actually, what was his name? One of the guys there, it wasn't
Tylenol PM.
Tylenol PM worked at the venue
Yep.
or had worked at the venue, so he had an in and was able to get us more details as far as the venue, like well ahead of time.
Him and Sweetums, right?
I don't know if Sweetums actually had worked at the venue, but
He knew the
all
place.
all 3 of them had like known the place and been there, and we'd actually done a tournament in another portion of that venue.
Yeah.
Previously, so we knew what we had access to.
It was Jungle Cup, I think.
Rose.
No, the Mega
Oh
was
yeah,
Rose.
yeah. The Mega was Rose. The other Portland tournament that we went down and streamed was Jungle Cup.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, because we did a Jungle Cup in Seattle.
West Seattle.
Yeah, and then we did a Jungle Cup there in Portland. So.
Yep. We traveled for Jungle Cup.
We did. That was also very like the first couple episodes of the Battle Science podcast. So, way back in the day.
But that Saturday, we set up the tournament for Go Stadium in the Return to Cascadia Battle for Seattle with special guest King IV. The tournament was hosted by JR Honda.
He's reading off the ad, isn't he?
Yes.
Yep.
Your commentators were Gabby Snyder, Goddess and Hoff, Wholesome Pogo, and Alpha Phoebe. Event space owner was Astrolatios, with coaching from CCO, FTW, and Nexus Ilya, along with Melgood. And
Well, not coaching. There, it was reffing.
no, refereeing. Sorry.
Yeah.
96 player cap. I'm pretty sure we hit that.
Also 96 plus degrees in that building the whole time. Jamar was saying he had to do several of his battles outside because of the heat.
Yeah.
We were in the very back of the venue, pretty much with the door closed the entire time just for the sake of sound and access. And there wasn't an AC unit attached to that room.
Steven almost blacked out a couple times.
Yes, I felt several signs of heat stroke, and told them as such. I was like,
Yo, Honda, I need a break.
well, I definitely said that, but I told Jesse it was,
Because the tournament
I was sitting down, dizziness. I was like, okay, that's not good. Cold sweats. That's also not good. And then it was dizziness, cold sweats, and something else.
Your hands are shaking, wasn't it?
No, there was one other symptom, and I'm like, that's heat exhaustion. I need to step outside. And stepping outside did not help.
Not early on, but later in the night it did.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely. Yeah.
But the outside of us almost dying.
Yeah, that was a hazard.
It was the tournament was set to start at 8 p.m. I don't think we started until 8:30 or 8:45.
Yes, the stream itself started promptly at 8:30.
And then we
8:45, I think, was
end the stream until what, 2?
1:45-ish.
A.M.
Yeah, because we got out of the venue. JR checked his phone, and we got out of the venue at 2:17.
Yeah.
Really cool venue. Super glad we were able to do it. I will ask very nicely for AC next time, or we do it when it's not so hot outside. Or having better air circulation in that building. Because the sheer body heat of everyone there, like having done sellout shows at a 250 plus person venue, you need to cool your venue ahead of time to an uncomfortable level so that when all of your bodies are in the venue, it rises to a somewhat above acceptable temperature. It's kind of an art, not a science when it comes to that kind of thing. Unfortunately, I think the venue maybe only had like an AC unit plugged in up front.
One of the employees of the venue mentioned that it used to be a printing factory.
Oh, interesting.
And they thought they had a lot more power than they did. Turns out the building is not made well for today's current energy pool of products.
Interesting.
That it was made for stuff made 30, 40 years ago. Which realistically should be drawing more power in older generations. But
yeah,
I think a couple takeaways we had was, like you mentioned, better working conditions mostly.
Yes. I nothing against the venue, and I'd love to do something there again. I fingers crossed would like to do it in better conditions.
Yeah. Under better circumstances.
Yeah, no slight against them. Technically, when it came to setup and everything worked great. There was one pair where video wasn't working for one of the.
Correct. And that's one of the other things too is we did learn that people who were traveling internationally
That's true.
did have a good amount of lag and other issues when trying to battle on stream.
Yeah, traveling abroad and connecting to PvP via international data is not setting yourself up for success.
Yeah.
Having worked at a T-Mobile retail location, I can tell you that your speeds when traveling abroad as a T-Mobile customer, your base speeds, you will have access to data. It is 128 128 kilobytes per second. It is a astronomically small amount of data that you have access to when traveling abroad. You have data, you can probably barely load maps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
other
that was
thing was Caleb Peng was the one that ended up walking away as the victor.
Had a Bastion on his team that he barely used,
Yep.
which was kind of the joke.
It's just a flex.
Yep.
Big shout out to everyone that helped run the stream and the commentators. They were able to somehow keep it going.
Honestly, the squad of 4 shoutcasters are an all-star squad.
Yeah, they're the ones that have been doing the
play Pokemon.
Pokemon GO for Play Pokemon.
Yeah, so Alpha Phoebe,
Wholesome,
and Gabby have been very consistent. Has Enhoff done some of them? I know she's reffed.
Don't remember.
Or they. I'm not entirely sure. I should double check that. Give me 1 second.
JR. We had him running across that whole building back and forth, and sometimes he'd get stuck in that sea of people. I felt so bad for him. He was such a good trooper, though. And then Ilya. Ilya was a very pleasant person to hang out with.
Yes. Ilya was a really cool guy. I actually want to reach out to Ilya and see if he wants to be on the podcast at some point. Ilya has been a ref for PvP prior to Play Pokemon, but including Play Pokemon. Ilya said that he was reffing 8 different servers.
Yep.
Major servers. And is also from Germany, I believe.
Yeah, at like 2 a.m, he's like, it's 9 a.m. for me at home.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God.
Or no, he said it was because it would have been like in the PMs at that point.
Yes, it was.
The jet lag was
wild.
real.
Okay, got to send off she, her. Just wanted to make sure that.
And then Mel Good and CCO for coordinating that hot mess of cluster of people.
And
And I do want to formally apologize. I don't believe any of you listened to us, but if you were any of the combatants that I had to have sit in that dark corner and I didn't know your name to face, I apologize. Because I would go up to people and I'd be like, okay, I'm looking for these 2 people, and they're standing right in front of my face. I'm like, oh, hi. So, Kaiser Niner, Caleb, just anybody that was on stream, I am so sorry for not knowing who you were. I just, name to face, we're not in the loop. Like, Honda would be like, okay, these 2 people are up. I was like, who? Half the time he'd just kind of sigh and get up and go find them for me. I think halfway through the tournament, he just told Mel that if they're on stream, just to tell them to go to the back of the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's what you could do is just walk out and shout people's names out.
Yeah.
I mean, I will very very clearly say I don't watch people's streams. I don't have the time for it.
People would just come up and they'd be
So
like, a lot of the people were really chill about it.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, I'm Samsung or I'm Apple, because that's the one thing I would say. I'd be like, I'd point them, Apple or I Android. And honestly, I have to give credit to Apple. They were the easiest one to set up.
I hate how expensive they are. I hate how some of their operating system works. On a hardware level, the fact that things just work is a
blessing.
It's magic.
Like, I think there was only 1 or 2 people that I had to show how to do debugging mode,
Mm-hmm.
but everyone else knew.
Yeah, I'm sure quite a handful of people, use that kind of stuff for stream. So
yeah. And then we had, I don't remember their name, come into the back room with us, but it was a professional broadcaster come in and evaluate while we were streaming our setup. Oh, you have them right there?
I have the business cards.
Okay.
It was Kenley. I'm going to butcher this last name. I do apologize. Is it Cheng? Cheung? Chung?
Maybe. I didn't really get a name.
Kenley.
They were trying to be quiet.
Mm-hmm. Ken. I will be reaching out to Ken within the next day or so.
Yeah, they just kind of came in between.
I know.
Honda
I kind of looked behind and who is this person? Why is this person in here?
You'd
security,
be surprised
security.
at how many people wanted to get in.
Really? Yeah. I mean, I imagine.
V.
Oh, really?
V was up against the glass looking at Honda, and they looked over and saw what we're doing and went,
yeah,
poggered.
Yeah, I imagine realistically.
DeFi tried to get in.
Oh, really?
Honda tried to push her out.
I mean, everyone but us in that room is like glorified celebrities when it comes to the Pokemon Go PvP community. So realistically, they're like, I want to go meet him. But Honda's just like, we're running a ship and we can't stop.
Get out of our cabin.
We don't have time for this.
That was his title. We don't have time for this.
We don't have time for this. And I greatly appreciate it because that tournament could have gone till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. But he left it, he kept it rolling.
But yeah, there was at least 5 or 6 other I don't want to say Zoe. Cricket stopped by.
Who?
Cricket.
Which one's Cricket?
She was one of the other content creators that was there.
Okay, I'm not familiar with her.
Ken stopped in.
Offendale?
He did make his way in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do remember him vaguely. Vaguely remember him coming in. I did speak to him outside. I have to DM him as well because he was making a comment about venues for battle events that allow for drinking.
Okay.
Because of course he does. I don't think he's an alcoholic, but the signs are kind of pointing to the fact that he enjoys his alcohol.
Yeah, because what was it? By Sunday, he just completely.
He was. Oh my god. Yeah. No, it was. Was it Sunday or was it Saturday?
It might have been Saturday.
Because I was grabbing something from the Kraken team store because there's a team store right there in the Armory, and he goes to walk by.
That was Saturday.
And he looks like he was through the ringer. I was like, oh my god, dude.
That was Saturday before we left for the venue.
I mean, and I told him I told him last week of during that post
the impromptu community post meetup.
The post community day meetup, and I was like, we'll see you in passing for sure. And he was like, yeah. And so we see him in passing, but he looks like hell.
He looked like he needed to drink water.
I was like, oh my god, dude, you okay? He was like, yeah. It's one of those things of you and I's tolerance for this kind of thing, the amount of energy we put out is enough for us, but there are other people that have the capacity to give away more and that can show it a lot more. Because I don't think Sunday, mid-morning, I don't think we were showing how we were really feeling.
No. It wasn't until afternoon.
Ken was showing how he was really feeling, and it was
Saturday.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also had to remember they also had content creators meet up Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday, and then Thursday night was trivia.
Yep, he did that too.
And then Friday night was
the DJ trainer tips
DJ
session
sets
at Unicorn.
And I imagine Ken was there because he was the point of contact between Unicorn and
Trainer
the
tips.
DJs. Yeah. And then Ken was there Saturday night for the PvP tournament. I imagine he left.
Probably to go pass
He
out.
left probably around midnight or so.
Yeah.
No. He left around 10 or 11.
Okay.
Because I remember talking to him and saying, we have roughly 3 or 4 hours left to go. And he was like, I'm leaving. Basically like, yeah, I'm heading out already. So it was one of those things of like, I mean, I don't blame him.
We did see
I would leave to go sleep too.
in the intermissions where we were able to take a break and step away to go to the bathroom, get something to eat, or step outside. I did have a chance to meet up with some of our favorite locals, with the Wing Attack group, Ryblet, Jamar, Motkiss, them guys. Met up with a couple other people. I got to talk with DeFi, Melgood, Twastel. Just the general consensus is everyone was tired. Because I think a lot of people played on Saturday.
Which I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the plan. I don't know if that's ideal
Wow.
per se. I mean, they've all been to, the Chicago Go Fests previously. They've all done that kind of thing before. Personally, I don't know if I would ever do. I'm doing Friday next time. I'm taking the day off. I'm doing Friday. I'm sleeping in Saturday, doing whatever Friday night. I'm sleeping in Saturday, hanging out with people Saturday afternoon, partying or whatever Saturday night, and then hanging out Sunday as well.
And then going home afternoon Sunday.
Yeah, or like evening, maybe even staying an additional day, and sleeping in on Monday.
But all in all, tournament went well. Just a few hiccups here and there. We got out to 230, 40, you said? 217.
217. I don't think there were really hiccups, technically.
Other than the lag.
Well, the battles, sure.
Yeah.
Like, it was in a back room up against a overpass, and some people were using international data.
Yeah.
It's not going to be ideal. Also, the fact that phones can't plug directly into Ethernet ports yet.
But
maybe?
I think we get back to the hotel, get into bed.
It's like 3 o'clock
3
in the morning.
in the morning.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning,
Set
and we're
the
like
alarm for 7:30.
7:30, and we're like, you said you barely slept.
I got 3 hours.
I think I slept most of it, and then kind of had second wind Sunday. So I think the problem was we had to pack up all of our stuff, leave it in the car. We had to figure out logistics of leaving all of the gear in the car overnight at the hotel, rather than taking it all back up to the hotel to then have to pack it back up the next morning and check out, which is a logistical nightmare. And
You need a trailer.
we need to figure something. Oh my God, please. I never want to have that much gear. That'd be amazing. I never want to have to deal with that.
Either that or get something to store it better. Better storage management.
That can definitely be arranged.
Yeah.
Better storage management, as well as like finding a way to be able to hide it in the car without being super worried about it.
And like that was one of the things you mentioned. If it was any other city, it wouldn't be as big a problem. It's Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle worries me. I mean, basically any metropolitan city. Portland, I would not want to leave it in a parking lot in Portland. Honestly, I would rather leave it at a venue or leave it in the hotel room. But our logistics of playing on Sunday and
Doing the tournament
the tournament Saturday night, having to check out of our hotel Sunday morning, and then playing for the duration on Sunday is a bit logistically heavy.
Yeah.
But
played our park experience Saturday or Sunday morning. Felt the exhaustion once we hit the time break, and then went out to lunch, walked around a little bit more, and then I think we just called it a day.
Yeah.
Headed out, went to Bellevue, got off, got some Dairy Queen, finished out the event, and then just called it there.
Yeah. We talked a lot about the overall timeline, but not about our feelings of GoFest.
Why don't we do that?
We can. We are like seconds away from hitting 2 hours, though.
And just a quick recap.
Okay.
What were your pros? What were your cons?
Pros. I liked the zones. I think I like the zones more than I like the hour blocks that we've had for the Global Go Fest and for the Go Tours. It's a lot less. It's a lot less pressure because while I don't really care about the spawns in the Electric Garden personally, the like Mareep Togetic spawns in the
Cloud.
in the cloudy biome and the Lapras spawns in the Oasis biome were interesting to me. If I wanted to, I could have rotated those two biomes for a duration of 3.5, 4 hours, and just farmed up there. That's beneficial. Now the biomes, I think some of the biomes overall area was smaller than others.
Yeah.
It felt like the Oasis biome was minuscule.
It was just tied to the fountain.
It was basically just tied to the fountain, and there's these weird purgatory areas in between biomes where you could see spawns, but when you tapped on them, they wouldn't allow you to encounter them.
It felt like you would get that server delay where you'd see the thing, you'd cross over the biome barrier, but you would still be seeing the spawns from the previous biome until you interacted with it.
So I think what's happening here is, and no one's going to correct me if I'm wrong because no one from Niantic is listening, and if anyone from Niantic is listening, they're not going to say how the code works. What I think is happening is that when you see when you go to interact with spawns that then disappear, you are in one biome, but those spawn points are in a different biome, which means you can't. That Pokemon with that data doesn't necessarily exist.
Correct.
But that spawn point does. So when you cross completely over into the next biome, that spawn point is then maybe rather than a Lapras in the Oasis biome, you walk over into the Dreamy Mindscape biome, and it's a
Drowsy or something.
It's a Drowsy. So you tap on the Lapras in the Oasis, but because that spawn point is not within the Oasis, that Lapras doesn't technically it exists in the overworld. It despawns. Yes.
Jim Isham coming in with what's your guys' favorite catch and or moment?
Honestly, I got a sub 100 Great League rank Lapras, which I have not had before. It is a rank 76, which is somewhat better than the rank 130 something that I've caught before. So I'm starting to power it up, and I'm going to legacy move. I think it's Ice Shard onto it.
Ice Shard and Ice Shard, Ice Beam.
I don't think I'm going to put Ice Beam on it because the Great League doesn't recommend Ice Beam. I'm trying to think of. I kind of popped off as far as shinies. There were some people that really didn't find a whole lot as far as shinies, and I kept finding them.
While you're looking it up, my favorite moment was Steven went to go to the merch store Sunday afternoon. I decided to hang out in the battleground and the bleachers and just hang out with some of the other battlers. Caleb Peng was there. Go Stadium was there. A couple other people. Kakuna Rattata was there. Glenn from Secret League was there.
Oh.
JT Gilly. Just a bunch of people that was there that I just kind of hung out in that aura. I didn't really chat with too many people. Ilya did come up and demand that we signed his Play Pokemon mat.
He had a Play Pokemon mat with a bunch of refs and crew from, I think, not necessarily just this weekend, but like beyond just this weekend.
Content
or
creators.
this last weekend. Yeah. So I was like, I don't think I deserve to be on this to put my handle on this list, but okay.
Forcibly stuffing the pen in your face.
Yeah, he was like putting it up against his chest, and I'm like, this is the closest thing to signing Bubes I will ever get.
But my favorite catch was I was sitting there.
Ah!
What?
It's a 15, 14, 15 Torchic.
Nice. The memory I have was we spent all day, and I literally, at the last part of the park experience, was dashing around the dreamy mindscape to find my first shiny Snorlax.
Mm-hmm.
Never found it. Kind of gave up after a while. We went to the battle arena in the later half of the day. I want to say around 4 or 5 p.m. I'm sitting there, and Steven has gone to go off and do merch. I do a Snorlax raid. I hear a, "Hey, I know you." Look over, and it is Christadude.
Oh, yeah.
He's walking into the arena and comes over. I shake his hand. I go to catch my Snorlax, and it's a shiny. I was like, "Dude, you're my good luck charm." He's like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "I've been hunting this thing all day." And of course I had to let out. If anyone didn't know from this weekend, shame on you, but the obligatory rule for when you found a shiny Snorlax is you had to yell, "Yeehaw!" when you found it. There was a couple people we scared, but it was still funny as hell.
Well, it's the secret rule, I would say.
But I let out my yeehaw, freak out everybody in the stadium.
Uh-huh.
And Chris is like, "Whoa, that's crazy." Then I checked the IVs. It's a 14, 15, 15. I was like, why? But yes, but why?
Why can't it be the hundo? It's so close.
So that was definitely my favorite catch. Favorite experience, just the whole weekend. It was fun. My legs are killing me still. Steven broke me a couple of times.
Yeah, he needs to go farther.
It is Snorlax with the cowboy hat.
Yeah. Actually, probably one of my coolest moments happened Friday. Was it Friday or was it Saturday morning? I don't remember. But I got another shiny Aeron. Just hanging out in the hotel.
That was Saturday.
It was Saturday
morning.
morning.
You wake up, the first thing you click on.
Yeah. It's a shiny Aeron. Shiny Aeron number 3, which means I can now have a shiny of each of them before an eventual community day. Yeah. I'm looking through to see if there was another. Excuse me. Really awesome.
Oh, which brings me back to Sunday afternoon. I finally, thankfully, the person that was originally going to meet up with me for my special trade met up with me again, and I was able to get a Klefki for a shiny Meltan.
Yeah, which is honestly a steal. I think you fleeced them, basically.
Well, they were from Europe, so they had plenty.
Right, but like a shiny Meltan is unavailable currently, but is not uncommon.
It's not
uncommon
no.
as far
But
as
the trade-off is it was a level 1 shiny Meltan.
That's okay. That's true. I still got to go through a bunch of IVs. I think from the first half of the day, I haven't checked.
Yeah, I think
IVs.
everybody's using these couple of days to just recover and check IVs.
That's right. I have a Panpour that is rank 5 for both Great and Ultra League at a semi-poor. It is a 1/15/12. I don't know what to do with it. 'Cause it's not good. Yay. No hundos, which doesn't surprise me a whole heck of a lot, though. I think Mareep and Gibble were the two that I were kind of hoping I could get hundos of.
For me, it was. I did get the male shiny Combi, which kind of expected at this point.
Yeah.
I got everything in the word Ultra except the T for unknown shinies.
Right. Did you catch all of your Rotom mowers?
Yes.
Okay, all the 5.
Yeah, not good.
I'd have to go back through and look. I'm not quite sure.
And then our very last shiny that I caught at the tail end of the event, as we were eating ice cream, was Rufflet.
Ah, yes. Which I got one during Go Fest Remote. So I have, I think, 2 now. I did end up getting the shiny flower Pikachu. Yeah. So the
Grissendia flower.
Yes. Um,
I think you were looking for the shaman flower, right?
yes, the Shaman Flower. Pikachu. Looking at what
Anything else for your pros or cons?
I honestly, and I need to um um I need to break down my feelings on the events we have with go out and explore generic spawns. So the city experience for GoFest, the like raid, quote unquote raid features for I think Go Tours and the last two GoFest remotes globals. Both this year and the last year's, where it was, hey, it's rockets, raids, and all of the spawns from the previous day, but random throughout the entire. I think I need to work through sort of my feelings of it because I don't like them. And maybe that's because the spawns are a lot more random. It's a lot less structured. Where day one of GoFest, I can do loops around the Oasis and just farm for Lapras because that's all I'm like desperately wanting. Parker, come in. He doesn't want you to get stepped on. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna pet you there, bud. Though I do appreciate your patience, my guy. I have not had I haven't felt like I've had the best experiences when these more generic portions of the events happen. Maybe that's because I'm not with another squad of like-minded trainers that are just going out and finding stuff. Maybe I'm too nonchalant in what I'm looking for and I don't really care and I can wander around aimlessly doing absolutely nothing. Maybe it's the fact that like the structure isn't there and maybe there is a not necessarily a problem, but a lack of enthusiasm for that portion of the event anyway. That is an interesting update. Lake Trio can spawn via daily adventure incense. So Uxie, Azelf, and Mespirit. That is good to know. That's interesting. I will have to let Jesse know when he comes back. Yeah, for some reason or another, the back half of previous events and then the back half, maybe it's because it's the back half of the event for us. I wonder if it happens again in Seattle and it is broken up into Seattle Center and City Experience, if doing the City Experience first doesn't make more sense to like go out, look for a couple of particular spawns off of the nearbys, and find a couple of interesting Pokemon, and then sort of be more specific when it comes to what I'm looking for in the second half of the event. Grind more. I don't know. I definitely want to try a couple of different things for future events to see if I can sort of improve my experience of them. By the way, Jesse, Lake Trio can spawn via daily adventure incense.
Nice.
Yeah. So, which basically means that the daily adventure incense is like wild spawns in the main series games where you can find the wandering legendaries.
So that means that there's a good chance that they eventually implement the beasts.
Yep. That fingers crossed the beasts don't have to keep coming back in raids all that often, and they can just be part of the daily adventure incense. Maybe.
But yeah. Was there anything else for your pros cons?
I just went over the fact that I wasn't a big fan of the city experience.
Just here's everything. Go out and explore.
Yeah, and maybe it's because I have like this like lingering ADHD diagnosed as a kid by a psychiatrist. It's not fake. Don't get me started on the, are you sure you have ADHD? I'm sure I have ADHD. I spent plenty of time talking with a psychiatrist and figuring that stuff out. I was on Adderall for years as a kid. That actually helped.
A lot of 90s kids were. A lot of 90s kids were.
Well, a lot of people, period, have
Yeah.
ADHD and they go undiagnosed. It's wild. It could just be the fact that it's overwhelming to me as far as there's too much stuff going on. I'd like to try next time it rolls around, if it's Seattle with a split experience, or another city with a split experience. I want to try doing the city experience first and then doing the park experience and see how that, if that
Reverse, see how it goes.
changes my expectations and my experience and my opinions of it. But as it stands in the last couple of events, I'm not a big fan of have generic
everything
whatever.
and go.
Yeah, have everything and go. And oh, by the way, raids too. When raids happen on day 1 too. Raids happen on part 1 too. And so like you're just giving me less condensed stuff,
Yeah.
I guess. You get me hooked with stimuli, and then you dilute a ton of it for the second half, and I'm like, I need my fix. I need my regular dosage. To put it into terms that's kind of morbid. But overall, I think solid experience. I would instantly do another Seattle Go Fest next year, and I would very nearly instantly do another U.S. Go Fest next year if it were not coming to Seattle. Now, if I were to do another PvP event, I hope there are some things that can get changed. I have ideas as far as a format I'd like to see for next year. I'm going to hold off on talking about it because I have to formulate more details and make a pitch to the people above me, the people more important than me, the people that will actually put on the event rather than me, where I want to do stream, but I also can't put on the event and organize and get all the people behind it. I don't have that power. I don't have the power to be in 10 different places at once.
And I think that's why it didn't work for us.
In part, that's why it wouldn't work for us. I think we
Not
have
to the scale that they did.
Yeah, we have the people that would be interested. I think even like I was thinking a much grander scale, but I think even the scale that was put on by Ghost Stadium
that helped put it into perspective.
That helped put it into perspective, and also was a scale probably bigger than what we could have handled.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean we can't put something on that scale next year. I think it's something that's doable for us for next year. We just have to connect with the right people and basically say, hey, Go Stadium, we have this as the community of Seattle. We've got this handled. You guys can, help promote it, but come and hang out rather than
have to work
and worry and all of this other crazy stuff, when realistically you guys should be on vacation technically. So
yeah, because I think even Wholesome mentioned the whole cast was all from Chicago.
Oh really? The whole cast?
The commentators.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, I was expecting 250 plus people. That was my thought, my expectation, but looked like we got. I mean, realistically, they set a hard cap as far as players. So they set.
How's it going? 716.
They set a hard cap of 100 or 90.
Less than 100.
Yeah, 96, I think.
Yeah, because I think they mentioned that
the venue and fire
Lucy,
code
yeah.
said.
Fire code.
Yeah, JR said he communicated early on as far as what can you guys handle, because they can probably pack more people in. There's the interest there, but they don't have. They don't want to be violating fire code. They want to be doing things kosher. They want to be asked back next year. So,
For me, pros and cons. Pros, I do agree that the biomes were much more interesting to than just running around the city and randomly catching stuff. One thing I would like to see changed in that, if they could, is one, a better indicator of where exactly geofences are. I can't imagine that's hard to put in. That way people know, especially for me, like when I was trying to do trades, where do I need to go to be able to do what I need to do while still being able to enjoy my park experience? On that same note, if I was in the Mindscape biome, instead of the map being green, color it purple. If I'm in the Oasis, instead of the map being green, color it blue. That way I know where I need to be, because I don't feel like that's a hard thing. They just need to change it in the code.
They just have to basically place an overlay, kind of like they already do with like the confetti.
Yes.
But place an overlay on the map itself, which I theoretically is doable. It just might not look good, realistically.
Yeah, but even
Some
if
of
it's a
their-
pigment change, or change the weather in that biome.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if you paid close enough attention to the confetti would
tell
I
you.
think, change. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'd also like to see forced weather in certain, like an event where it's always rainy, or
Yeah.
an event where it's always snowy.
But then you get people that'd be like, but I want non-weather boosted.
Yeah, well, the only way
luck.
snowy cast form is gonna appear
Is
is
in
if it's
snowy
snowing.
weather.
So,
Another pro was I went in with the mindset that this isn't about catching. This is about socializing and hanging out with people.
yeah,
So that helped temper my expectations.
it's not about the spawns that are part of GoFest are not incredibly rare spawns.
No, and none of them are new outside of just a hat Snorlax.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting to get, this hundo, that hundo, or, whatever. It's one of those things, if you're right, it is very casual. But I think, and maybe that's what I need to do to change my back half of the experience of, like, we need to squad up with other people, maybe some people that aren't locals and play tour guide, or squad up with a couple of other locals and go places we don't normally go or haven't gone in a while.
Yeah.
To sort of then play more, play more with friends.
Yeah.
Then
And that's what it was for me. Is it was the social experience of seeing people that we only ever one met online or heard of online, and two, people we haven't seen in years because of the pandemic. I mean, we had people from our local area coming out, meeting up with us in person. We had people from other towns in our surrounding areas that I've known that have come out and with us in person. And even some new people. Like did you ever share your experience with Honda?
Oh, no. So we've met Honda. It was 2 different times. It was the weekend of Stuffle Community Day
At the Seattle Center.
at the Seattle Center. And then the day after was the PvP event, or the Nexus League Seattle PvP event.
Yep.
Apparently I didn't do a good enough job introducing myself. JR Honda was very surprised to know that I was the one that was coordinating a lot of the things in the Discord, and that I was a boy in the woods.
He's like, oh, you're a boy in the woods.
Yeah. I guess I was.
And then proceeds to give you a firm handshake.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I was awkward fly on the wall that weekend a couple months ago. I couldn't quite tell from our reintroduction here this past weekend if he was maybe like, oh yeah, that guy was kind of annoying that weekend, or what the deal was. But I will say, I think I'd like to think that I'm thought of in higher regard than I might have been thought of before. So fingers crossed.
And he was very fun to work with when we were doing our setup. We were joking around, just casual talk, and we got to the topic of Portland because we were talking about the hookups that we use for capturing the phones. and how Mr. PV Poke himself.
Yes. Yes. This anecdote is great. So our stream of Portland was basically the what's the phrase? The tipping point to get Kakuna Matata to get a new phone. So
For context,
our stream setup is basically the charging port dongles of Apple and Android devices. So USB-C in the case of Android, Lightning cable in the case of Apple devices.
both from their respective port to HDMI.
To an HDMI cable that then feeds into the back of the computer where we can then capture that video output. I believe we've talked about it before, but Kakuna Matata, the guy that runs PV Poke,
At the time,
had a phone so old it was still running micro USB. It's the trapezoidal plug that you would see on phones from probably 2015 to or probably no.
It's more like 2010 to 2019.
Probably 2006 to like maybe 2017. This was in February of 2020. Yeah, February 2020. He had an old phone, and apparently when he realized I was like, I don't remember the exact dialogue that day, but it was something to the effect of, yeah, we can't plug it in. I'm like, why can't you plug it in? It's not working. I'm like, what do you mean it's not working? It's not the right port. I'm like, wait, are you saying it's not a USB-C? But it's an Android, right? Yeah, it's an Android, but it's not a USB-C. Are you saying it's a micro USB? He's using a microphone.
Steven got up from the board and looked around the curtain like,
and I'm
what?
I'm like, oh, yeah, that's ancient technology. Okay. so like on stream, and I have to like a voice of God it or something in Portland and just be like, we will not be seeing Kakuna Matata's video. He is running an old phone.
And apparently this embarrassed him enough to tell Honda, yeah, I'm getting a new phone now.
Something to that effect. It was...
And Honda confirmed it with us. He's like, yeah, he went out and got a new phone like the next month.
Yeah, so which is wild. Oh,
and
my
so
goodness.
when I was hanging down on Sunday afternoon when Steve went to the merch store, he walks over and was talking with everybody, and he's like, hey, I know you from somewhere. I was like, yeah, we were the ones at Portland. He's like, oh, yeah, I remember that. You guys made fun of my phone.
Oh, my goodness.
I was just like,
I hope his old phone is in a shallow phone grave. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious.
But if not, go give that guy some love on Twitter. Go give him a follow. Go give him some donations on his Patreon. He does an amazing job for the community, and we would not be anywhere where we are now without his support.
Yeah. Yeah, the resource, honestly, like, we did meet briefly Jerry Seawolf.
Yes, that's the other one I was gonna
JRE47
mention.
on Reddit.
Your Nifty or Thrifty article writer.
Yep. We would not, like, the podcast would not be where it's at without the Nifty or Thrifty articles. I've been in a bad habit of not reading them recently. Just because of like release times of podcasts, the content we put out, and the Nifty or Thrifty article is usually coming out days after. But it was wonderful to meet him, and say thanks. And we got a photo with him that's up on, or he got a photo with
us.
His phone with us. So it's kind of
it's out there on the Twitter.
Yeah, kind of awesome to
me and
see
my
that.
weird leg at an angle.
It does kind of look like you have a broken leg, but, that's why you stand at a slight angle, so that, one, it's slimming, and two, your legs are straight.
We also had SP Pollock and his kid hang out.
Yep, we saw them. They were in the middle of their Go Fest festivities while we were just sort of hanging out. So
and then a couple other people from our podcast that listened came up and said hi.
I can't remember if it's Rocco. Is it Rocco or Roscoe?
I'm not sure, and I'm gonna feel like we're doing a terrible disservice by not remembering.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, they recognized the logo. What would have been a little more recognizable, but things are incoming.
Yeah, unfortunately, our patches didn't make it in time.
Yep.
And I'm going to have to cut that cuff sleeve off those.
Okay.
That was like strangulating.
I kind of wondered. It was like you're like it's the only one. It's the only size that'll fit, and I'm like, yeah, but it's
Which
got the
worked out really
arms.
well.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm glad that it fit. Because there was no other lab coat on Amazon that had a 5X. All of them were like 3XL max, and I'm like, I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah.
So,
But other pros and cons, I do agree. We do it again. We do Friday or Saturday. We're not waiting till Sunday.
no.
If you are going down just for one day and you're doing Sunday, that works great.
Mm-hmm.
But us being there for 3 days, I feel like by the third day, after all the walking and all the heat wasn't the best. I mean, it's not what it is now this week, but
This week is 90s plus.
yeah.
Um,
But with all the walking and I wasn't quite sleeping well in the bed. It was really stiff and a very firm mattress.
mhm.
Between that and all the walking and then all the work we did on Saturday, by Sunday I was just dead. Like I was having a hard time focusing. It was at one point I had trouble getting off the toilet in the bathroom. I was so tired.
Yeah, you were making mention that you were hitting a restroom there at the venue, or a restroom there at the park, and that you had to take a little longer to get up, out of it.
Off the toilet. I was like, help me.
You find the right stall with the ADA hand railings because you're gonna need them.
But I think if we do go again Friday or Saturday, depending on where we go, if we go out of town, maybe Saturday.
Maybe I don't
because I don't want to go. With Friday with here in town. Friday is fine because we don't have to go very far. But if we're traveling, having it be on Friday, something happening with flights or any weird situations.
Yeah, I think
that buffer is helpful.
I think it changes our. If it's not in Seattle, it changes the schedule.
Yeah.
I know I would want to be there for as many days as possible, so I would basically take days off.
Right.
I'm not against taking a Thursday,
4
Friday,
or 5 day.
Thursday, Friday, and then taking Monday off and flying back midday Monday. Still gonna be tired.
Yeah.
Still gonna have jet lag, all of that fun stuff, but it's gonna give more
time to enjoy the event.
More time to enjoy the
surrounding
event, for sure.
areas. Which it seems like a lot of people that came in from out of town were able to go and do something Seattle-y and enjoy their time.
I think it was. I don't remember who I was saying. I think it was Bowling Bacon on Twitter was saying that some of her friends came from
Arkansas,
and they went to Mount Rainier and stuff too.
Yeah.
Which is like.
We've lived here, and I don't think I've ever been to Mount Rainier.
I've not been to Mount Rainier. I don't know if I want to do that climb. I mean, I've not done.
There's gondolas.
I've not done Mount Si, so, and I lived right underneath it, 5-minute walk from one of the trailheads back in the day, and I never went up it. At this point, it's a tourist trap, and it's
crawling with people,
and I don't even want to try it.
But to round out my pros and cons, again, I think doing earlier in the week, if we're not doing other things, would be a great benefit. All in all, I had a great experience. Definitely would do it again. Just I'm still sore. My name is Jesse, and I play Pokémon GO. I hurt. It's a real game.
Yeah, no, it's not something we can
sit at home and LAN party.
Yeah, it's definitely beyond a LAN party. For sure.
But there were times it did feel like we were hanging out in groups with people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one big thing I think that people took away from GoFest is you either met someone new or you met someone you already knew, and that connection is what the whole experience was about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely the social aspect for sure. The festival in park and then the go part outside the park, I think. I'd be really curious to see something like Chicago where it's all in park, in a much bigger area, where you have the entire day in the zone. I'd like more of that, maybe.
Yeah. Seattle felt weird because it was like the park was understandable and that was fun, but it did feel very condensed. Like we could finish a whole lap in less than 15 minutes if we really wanted to.
Yeah.
Of the entirety of the park. I can't imagine if they did something, because I've never been to Chicago, but something like Green Lake where it takes you a good half hour to encompass the whole park itself.
Green Lakes, there's no way. Unless you covered up the lake itself, there's not enough area
but
there.
I'm saying a space that size.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the downside is Seattle doesn't have that.
No, because it's Seattle.
Yeah.
And, you know, as locals, it's like, even then we didn't really do much for the Seattle experience. I did save a bunch of the stuff that Ken did recommend, so maybe things to just do casually if we're out and about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think in the future, as far as like finding
places to explore.
Finding places to explore, going out and playing in other areas. Because like by the end of it, we finished our in-park, we went and had lunch, and we were basically dead tired. So we walked back into the
park with no spawns.
The Seattle Center with no spawns. We hit the raids, kind of hung out in the arena, and then we're like, okay, let's go grab the car from the hotel and head out. So
and then finish the last half hour in Eastgate and scooped up a couple things, but
yeah. I think the last half of the again, by the end of Sunday we were dead tired, but I think playing that last half of Sunday, I think one of the downsides is it's just you and I. And you and I play Pokemon Go all the time, so it doesn't feel like a special occasion or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if we found a couple of other people that we don't normally play Pokemon Go with, I think we would have had maybe a little bit more of a
so kind of like
what
you did with JMR and them on
the Go Fest Global,
because you guys were trucking. I was relaxing, and you guys circled twice.
Because I mean less of like, you know, just running around the park, but more of hanging out with people that you wouldn't normally hang out with,
right?
And you'll have a little bit more of a special
experience. Yeah.
So that would be, I think, my recommendation is connect with some people and not necessarily like make super solid plans where like you get really bummed if you miss out on people, but
so kind of finishing up the Go Fest section, I did ask on the socials what everyone's favorite experience was from Go Fest. A couple of the responses I got was one from Facebook from someone named River.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite memory was meeting a dog named Maddie. She was sweet, well-mannered like pets, and was so soft. I need a dog like her. Not really Go Fest related, but that's their experience. That's what they said. In our Discord, I didn't get anything on Twitter, unfortunately, just a bunch of likes. On Discord, we had Bowling Bacon respond with their favorite memory was meeting so many friends, including lots of them from the girls at PvP that they had never met in real life before. They mentioned they forgot to take a picture with a few of them. Bowling got to meet Zoe Two Dots and Yaya from Couple of Gaming. The other favorite memory was that two of their best friends came up from, like we mentioned, from Arkansas, and the Ethan proposed to Heather. It was a surprise to them that they had to keep quiet from their other friends for a few months, and it was super cool to see it happen. DeFi comments saying that they love the photo that they got with Bowling Bacon. And then Proto Man responding with they got a trade-in with Zoe Two Dots and Enhoff. I didn't know he traded with Enhoff. Okay. So with Zoe, he traded a Panpour for a Relicanth. And because it wasn't a special trade, since Proto had already gotten a Relicanth before, he traded it 0 friendship, so I wonder what the IVs came out on that. And then with Enhoff, traded a Galarian Stunfisk, but I don't know what he traded it for. And yeah, as far as responses for our comment, that's all I got. But, you know, great experience overall. If you couldn't make it to Go Fest, understandable. It was, in my mind, more about the social experience than the game itself.
which I think is the overall.
The goal, yeah.
I think at this point we're talking in circles, aren't we?
Yeah.
In circles, in circles, in circles, circles, in circles, in circles. Monkey why, monkey why, monkey why. I hate to tell you this. I don't think I'm getting my battle in with Jimmy Bo tonight. Yeah, deal with it. Kick me if you want. Take a step back there, HR. I know you're next. Okay, you're next. You're next. Okay. Thank you everybody for tuning in to a extra long episode of the Battle Science Podcast, or I should say, slightly longer than average Battle Science Podcast. If you want to follow us on the YouTubes, go check out the unedited, I think the 17-minute long unpacking of Pokemon GO TCG packs. You can go to youtube.com/C or is it you?
C.
youtube.com/C/Battle Science, as well as check out the video format of the podcasts there. You can listen to the audio podcast on podcast services anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can catch the podcasts and some content, other content exclusive and or early over at patreon.com/battlescience at $1 tier or more, and become a Patreon podcast producer at the $5 tier or more. What am I missing? Twitter at battle_science. Hopefully we'll do some more event live stream if we're getting more into in-person tournaments. We'll hopefully be doing a couple more live streams from in-person tournaments. There seemed to be a little bit of confusion as far as what Battle Science was, that it was the Battle Science podcast was who was, helping out. And it's like, no, it's Battle Science, just Battle Science. Battle Science podcast is a piece of content we produce, not the exclusive only thing that Battle Science does. Because back in the day, all Battle Science did was PvP streams. And then we did the podcast. And then PvP streams or tournaments went away. So, and then we just did the podcast. So, and now we're back. We're back, baby. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Have a good weekend. Catch up on sleep if you went to Go Fest. Go through those catches. Be prepared for Hisui and Hisuian Pokemon and the rest of the season of Go. We'll catch you out there on the battlefield.
Have a good night.